Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to All in Good Sport. This is episode 12.
Cool, we're getting through them now.
Yeah, we're getting up there. Season 2, episode 6, I'm going to say. So now we've got season 1 and season 2 perfectly balanced. So episode 12. My name's Chris Tarkle, and I'm joined by...
You're joined by James Blackburn.
Alfie Langford.
And James Arnold.
Yeah, hello, James. We've got another guest. You'll notice, sort of very obviously, that our favourite Yorkshireman, Joe Rainbow, is not with us. However, now normally Joe Rainbow does get pelters for not being here. You know, he gets a lot of stick for being a dosser, which most of the time he is. However, this week he has perforated his eardrum, which, as a musician, a podcaster, a radio host, and an all-round sort of sound man, means that it's not going to be a great time for Joe. So our thoughts go out to him.
Sorry, Joe Soundman Rainbow.
Well, okay. Think about something that Joe does that doesn't involve sound.
Does Bradford involve sound? Actually, they're quite a good fan base.
I'd argue
they are a
they
good
do,
fan base. I actually went with Tom, didn't I?
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. You went and saw
Bradford
Wrexham. Joe came and linked up with you, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
We got a little interview of him on Spotify.
Yeah.
Have a look.
Rest in peace, Joe Rainbow. Though so we don't actually have an ETA for when he'll be back.
He said the recovery time's 6 to 8 weeks.
But I don't know. Like, that's the recovery time for his eardrum. Does that mean he can't do a podcast? Like, if he just doesn't have the headphones on, is he allowed to just do a podcast? Or is he just lying in bed all day?
We're going to have to make sure that the levels are like low on that one.
But no, so Joe will be back with us whenever he's, I guess, fit and ready to go. But yeah, no, so we had the F1 special last week. James is with us this week. And then, who have we got next week, Alfie? Is it Alice? I think Alice is with us next week.
Another one, the LSR Sport Lot.
Yeah, and then Mia's with us after Easter. Eve's coming on at some point.
Oh, nice. You're going through all of LSR.
We're basically going through the entirety of LSR.
And we're going to rank them at the end of the semester.
Oh, no, all the pressure now.
That's what we'll do. The last episode of season 2 has to be a tier list of all the guests. I reckon that works nicely.
Remember, Chris, I've always been nice to you.
No,
I'm joking.
You're the first of the LSR lot to come on.
Woo!
Actually, no, you're not. Yasmin came on first.
Oh,
yeah.
Second the best, you know what they say.
Yeah, game's the game.
Game's the game.
But, so we've got, obviously, no Joe Rainbow. But James, do you want to sort of introduce yourself and tell the people about you?
Well, I'm James. I did Friday Sport last semester on LSR with the lovely Krish to my left. I'm a third-year student in media and communications. I've been doing LSR for just under 2 years now. I started at the start of second year, And I dropped a little message to Krish asking if I could come on because he mentioned it a few months ago, and I thought, why not give it a go? So here I am.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think guests-wise. So we've had James is our. So who have we had? We've had Manny, FPL Tom.
Alfie's brother.
Yeah, FPL Tom.
Yeah.
Yasmin came on. Is this?
Does
No, Freddie. Freddie. I guess Freddie counts.
Freddie, Izzy is a guest.
Joe's mum.
Guest, Joe's mum was our first guest.
Sorry,
actually, technically.
Joy Rainbow.
Joy Rainbow.
We love you, Joy.
Yeah.
Joe's mum came on.
Well, she was. Joe got a phone call mid-podcast,
Oh, nice.
and we thought, you know what, let's
Roll with it.
Yeah. So she was theoretically our first guest.
Because he's a dosser and he forgets to turn off his phone.
This is the thing. We love you, Joe. Will he be listening? Is he allowed to listen to things?
He might not be able to.
Poor sound man. No sound.
Rest in peace, sound man. But yeah, no. So other than that, I just needed to add. I've written in my notes actually that please subscribe because we get like a lot more views than we do subscribers, and I'd like to see that change. So if you can, like, subscribe, do all that. And other than that, in terms of what we're doing this week, we've got Soccer Saturday.
We do.
On Saturday.
It's been thrust upon us.
Yeah, Proddy's been a dosser for once. So he's not joining us. We did ask James.
I'm gutted I can't do it. I'm working.
So James won't be with us. So we are currently recruiting for our second 2. I need to ask Tom, actually.
Yeah.
And then maybe we get Freddie in because he fancies it. But yeah, so we've got Soccer Saturday, so tune in for that. We're on 4 till 5?
4 till 5, so it'll be the
Oh,
second
perfect.
half.
Yeah.
It's the much better segment.
I was going to say, like, I don't know why you would do 3 till 4.
And it's the second half of the Wolves game as well.
Well, am I not right in saying last time you did it, Wolves?
Lost to Sheffield
Yeah.
United, yeah.
With a last-minute penalty, yeah.
Oh,
And
no,
then
what a
straight
shame.
after that is the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Ah,
So
yes.
we'll go downstairs and watch that in Old Bar.
Yeah, it's strange having Grand Prix on a Saturday, isn't
I
it?
don't like
It
it.
is weird. Like, it doesn't feel right.
Because what's the reasoning for it? Is it Ramadan?
I think it's
Yeah,
Ramadan, yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Which, fair enough. But yeah, no, so other than that, before we get into sort of winners and losers and general sporting things, a little life update. What's going on with everyone? How are we all? I thought we'll check in. It's important to check in.
It's not Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, is it?
No, but every month should be Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Spot on.
I love that, Chris. Oh, I'm okay. I'm really looking forward to doing Soccer Saturday with you. That was kind of our head of sport, Mia, put that in the group chat. Was it yesterday or the day before?
And it was a very impromptu one, I think.
It's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, adding on to that sort of thing, the head of sport applications are going to be open soon.
Ooh, drum roll.
And Chris, you mentioned to me earlier.
Yeah, about an hour ago.
Yeah. That you wanna do it jointly.
Yeah, so I think that I spoke to Mia, and she said like they're opening soon. So, like she asked like, are we going to be running? And I thought, sack running against each other. We'll do it together.
To be fair, I wasn't thinking of running because I was thinking of leaving it to you.
No, but I want to do it with you. I feel like that's the all-in network would grow.
Tell you what,
that's all we need.
As a first-year achiever, get in on that. That would be.
I was going to say,
sick.
like we theoretically we could end the year with 3 podcasts, a radio show, and the joint head of sport. That's not a bad shift.
That would not be a bad shift at all.
So yeah, fingers crossed that sort of comes to fruition, and we'll see how that goes. Keep you updated. But yeah, no, Soccer Saturday would be good fun though. Like we did 2 of those now.
Yeah, so the first one we did was back end of last semester. It was like November time, wasn't it? That was the Forbidden Wolves game.
Jesus.
We really enjoyed that, and then we had the library shift afterwards, and then straight after.
Oh my God, was that night?
Yeah, it was that night.
Oh,
because
Jesus.
Chris, I never bring my ID anywhere, Tarkor, decided that we were going to meet up with his mates, who I'd never met before, and now I'm fully embedded with.
Yes.
Whilst they were doing an Otley run, and we went to, I think after we'd done about 5 hours in the library, straight off the radio, like completely famished. Then we go to the Eldon, I think it was.
Yes.
And you introduced me to Ramsey Irwin.
What a man,
of Musish Pod fame.
Shout out to Musish Pod, listen to that.
And that was my first time. I think was he Luigi?
Yeah, he was Luigi.
He was Luigi.
Nat was Luigi and Freddie was Luigi.
Was it a Mario themed?
Yeah, they were all.
I figured.
They were all vaguely Mario themed, but none of them particular. Other than Ramsey, because he had the mustache.
Well, Soph was Princess Peach, wasn't she?
Yeah, but was she?
Wow! Don't listen
Wow.
in. Yeah, that was a really interesting night because obviously they were all absolutely
You joined
drunk.
them for the end of the Otley run, right?
I did 3 pubs on the
Yeah.
Otley run with them.
Nice.
So doing that sober whilst they're all smashed out their minds was actually a really fun way of introducing
It's an easy
them
way
to
to
me.
make friends.
Yeah.
Like you meet the people at their drunkest, and they'll remember you somehow.
Well, clearly I've been remembered.
Yeah, somehow, but yeah. No. So Ramsey, for reference, Ramsey and Gav run or do Musish Pod, and Sophie and Jess, who was also there, Didn't Get Started, which had its 2nd episode, which is now out on Spotify. But the YouTube is being funny, so we'll have to wait on that.
Yeah, you were stressed coming into Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still slightly stressed thinking about it because we recorded that on the iPhone, and now the audio won't sync up. So that'll be an adventure for me tonight. That's something to look forward
Sue
to.
Apple, I reckon. I think that's what you should do.
We'll see what goes on.
Well, James, what's going on in your life?
Oh, what's going on in my life? Well, obviously as a 3rd-year student, there's a lot to deal with at once. A lot of multitasking. I've got essays left, right and centre. I actually submitted one this morning. Woo, on time. Yeah, woo. I've got another one due next week, plus dissertation stuff. I won't bore you, don't worry. But on top of that, obviously doing a mixture of LSR stuff. Later this evening, actually, after this podcast, I'm going to do some varsity commentary for some boxing.
Okay.
Which I'm very excited about. Beckett's versus Uni of. Come on, Uni of, come on. So that should be good fun with Tom from sport last semester and Sean as well. So that should be some good fun. But other than that, just really enjoying watching Arsenal play, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. Well, we can get straight into it. That was a thrashing of Sheffield United, who in their past 4 home games, they've conceded at least 5.
It's their goal difference is horrific. They're minus 50.
Mm-hmm.
The 2nd place, I'm going to say off the dome, and this might be incorrect, but I think 2nd place is minus 35. Probably check that, and if I'm correct, I'm well proud.
You'll get a gold star, mate.
Yeah. But I mean, so my brother's an Arsenal fan, and I got a message. I can't remember what I was doing on Saturday, but I got a message at midday Saturday, and it was, I've never seen a worse team. How are they in the Premier League? These guys stink.
Well, you know what it is? It makes you wonder how bad was that Derby team.
Oh, jeez.
Because Sheffield, this Sheffield
you are
team,
correct.
Oh,
Come on. Smash that.
because this Sheffield team are somehow doing better than that Derby team, and this is probably the worst team I can remember watching in the Premier League. Honestly,
I've genuinely never not even just on a points thing, like
Performance.
I was gonna say watching them play, they look. But then and you compare them to someone like a Luton, where
They're playing well
I was
against
gonna
the
say
big teams.
Luton look exciting. Like Luton look like they're up for it, and Sheffield look like they're resigned to the fact.
Well,
I mean, they are going down.
Yeah, but they look like they were ready to relegate about 6-7 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Testament to Burnley that they've got the same points as Sheffield United. We've got two like all-time bad teams, and still with 11 matches left, they've got 2 more points than that famed Derby team.
What year was that Derby team?
07-08.
Okay.
That was the Ronaldo Ballon d'Or year when he was at United. That
Good
was
old times.
Mate. Sorry, yeah.
You're right there, yeah?
Sorry,
Are you
I'm reminiscing. You know, two-year-old James was so into watching, Ronaldo.
Oh my
smacking
God, were you
freakies.
2 in 2007?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel old now.
I was-
Blimey.
I was 1 for most of 2007, and then 2 on the 1st of September 2007.
Yeah. So I didn't know. Well, I knew, but I was reminded recently that theoretically you'd have been in the year below me and Alfie, right?
Yes, that is true. I was in
Yeah.
the year below.
Wait,
you.
what?
And then
work?
and then I was moved up. So my birthday 1st of
He's
September.
him.
Oh, you are literally him.
Thanks, guys. My birthday is the 1st of September 05, and there's the cut-off really for school year is the 31st of August. Now I was placed in I was the oldest in my year by a few days, and I was like the tallest in my year because obviously if you're at the start of the school year you're going to be bigger and taller, just that's natural. And then it gets to like year 2 and I'm pulled into some conversations with my head teacher and like my parents are there and I don't really know what's going on, but like a month or so after those conversations, which is like September of year 2, I'm pulled to the back of the classroom, made to sit some like impromptu exams,
Oh shit.
and I do apparently well enough on them to warrant me moving up into year 3.
Cooked.
But they still made me do year 2 SATs, which was annoying. So they
Oh.
so
I'm sure you breezed year 2 stats.
I'm
though.
sure. Well, I can't remember. Can I?
A-stars all the way around.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't remember. I remember getting like a Jaffa cake at the end.
You must have done well there.
Yeah. No, that takes like year 6 SATs. We got a McFlurry, all of us at the end of it.
I didn't
Oh,
get
fuck all.
anything. I got jam.
I got, you know, that, like the special top grade in English.
Yeah.
You know how English? I got that, and I was buzzing, and I got nothing. I got a
Yeah.
pat on the back and
We got the school Mackey's trip.
We only got a Mars bar.
a Mars bar.
Yeah.
Only, guys, I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Maybe it's a different generation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
That's a
yeah,
joke.
so I skipped a year, and here I am.
Cold.
Well done.
Himmy Blackburn. What a man. My mum's taken to calling you YJB.
Has she?
Yeah. And she calls. So she thought your actual surname was Prodford. So my mum goes, "How are YJB in Prodford?" What the hell? Still called Joe Rainbow.
I need to meet Priya.
Well, you. Oh no, you. Are you coming to the fight?
I'm not coming to the fight.
You're not coming to the
no.
fight, but she will be there, along with my brother, who
That's-
actually doesn't listen to the podcast.
Does he not?
Which is he
Disgraceful.
doesn't have time.
Is
Fake
that
fan.
older brother
Allegedly
or younger?
younger.
Younger.
Yeah, 2 years younger. Like, yeah, ish. But, yeah. Shall we? Actually, no. Do you know what? We'll do some sports news first, and then we'll get into winners and
Go on
losers.
then.
AJ versus Ngannou this week. That's Friday night.
Yeah.
About 11 o'clock. There are estimated walkouts. Yeah, predictions, thoughts?
I think it's going to be a tight fight because Ngannou did very well against Fury, albeit Fury clearly was a little bit arrogant in the training, I think, with that
Yeah.
last fight. However, I do think AJ will do it. I don't know why. When we had a very successful year last year, I think you had 3 fights and won all 3. They weren't massive names, but like he's got that consistency he had before he obviously lost his belts. I think it'll be very tight fight. Toast fight.
It'll be
Very
a
It's going to
toast.
be
fight.
toast with
You heard
butter.
it here first.
I think it will go to points. I think it'll be
Yeah.
close. But yeah, I don't see a knockout. I don't know. I feel like it will go all the way.
I don't think AJ's ever really looked convincing in a fight, though, over the past few years.
No, not since the Ruiz fight has he looked great.
No, like,
Well,
like before that. I mean, obviously beating Vladimir Klitschko was
Yeah.
like
That's
probably-
prime AJ.
Yeah,
though,
that's
isn't it?
yeah.
prime AJ, but I mean, you're against like a 40-year-old man. So I've always taken AJ with a pinch of salt
Yeah, I back
as
that.
to his like prowess.
Post Ruiz, would you say?
I think for
maybe
me, post-Ruiz,
Yeah,
I think
because
that's where he
that
lost
was-
his shine.
Post
Well-
Ruiz especially, but beforehand, like, has he ever been the UK's like premier boxer? He's always kind of.
He was
been
the
in
most
Fury's
well.
shadow.
I think there was a period where if you thought of boxing, you would think of AJ.
Oh, 100%.
He
Yeah.
was the most marketable.
Yeah, and that's what I mean more so. I think he was. Should we, Alfie? Actually, can you pull up his record?
He's obviously a great boxer. Like, you don't have the record he has
Yeah.
without being a great boxer.
But then, given how well Ngannou did against Fury, and there were arguments to be made that Ngannou potentially won
Could
that
have won,
fight.
yeah.
So, in that vein, if AJ isn't a better boxer, and admittedly AJ will probably train harder for this than Fury did for the Ngannou fight, but it's very feasible that you do see an Ngannou win.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's like crazy to think that Ngannou could win. I don't know. I mean, Ngannou was phenomenal against Fury. No one expects him to do that well, but I just have a feeling AJ's. I think he's got that confidence coming out of 2023, winning all his fights, and I think he knows that if he can beat Ngannou, then he's sort of not a name again, but in the talks of sort of a big 3-4.
He's working his way back up.
I think that's what he's trying to do, and this is basically a decider in his career. If he loses this, I think he's done.
Yeah, if he
Like,
if
there's
he
no
loses
way
this,
he can
there
come
isn't a
back
way
now.
back in there.
He's managed to come back a little bit with the fights he's won since obviously losing, but this is the make or break, I think, for his career now. He's getting a bit older. He's past his prime, if you like. So it's a very important fight for him more than Ngannou.
Do you think he's looking for like that massive fight? Maybe either, well, depending on the Fury Usyk bout, either a trilogy with Usyk or the kind of probably what would be the biggest British boxing match of the century versus Fury.
I don't think the Fury Joshua fight will ever happen as a professional match. I think it will end up being an exhibition in like 5 years' time. I just don't think Joshua wants to fight Fury ever because I know he will lose.
Yeah, he will lose
100%.
because that's a fight that Fury is going to take seriously. Because I mean, that's a statement win for. I mean, if Joshua were to win that, Jesus, that would be on a different level. But it will be. Yeah, I think I hope Friday will be a really interesting. As long as it's a good fight, like it would be a shame if they both went out there and didn't put on a show.
Because Ngannou came from MMA, right?
Yeah, a UFC fighter.
Okay.
Was that not his professional debut against Fury? As
Yeah, it was his
boxing?
first
Yeah.
ever boxing,
Wow.
professional boxing fight.
Yeah.
Like so actually, I was talking about this yesterday, I think, but he's, so Ngannou came from, I can't remember which country it is, but he basically as a sort of,
I think it's Cameroon.
yeah, that sounds about right, but he walked from Cameroon to France,
What?
was discovered to be living in France illegally,
Hardest geezer.
sent back, walked back, got into France, and basically was discovered by an MMA coach who basically went, "You look quite big and strong and tall.
Let's train you.
Let's train you up."
Wow.
Trained his way up, obviously got into the UFC and was dominant in the UFC. Then Dana White turns around, doesn't give him the contract that he asked for, and so Ngannou goes, "Do you know what? Fuck this. I'm gone." Goes into boxing and takes on probably the best boxer right now,
Yeah.
and potentially wins that fight. Like, the story of Ngannou is brilliant.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Yeah, no, there will be an Ngannou film. Netflix will drop the ball if they don't pick that
Oh,
one up.
100%. I will never complain about walking to uni ever again now.
I was going to say
That sounds so ridiculous, though. You know all those memes that's like, oh, back in my day, we had to walk like 5 miles, carry a bucket of water on our heads, and like give the milkman a high five on our way to school. Like,
Come on.
but that's insane. Walking from Cameroon to France and then back again.
Yeah, so walking from Cameroon to France, they send you back and you go, "Do you know what? Sack it, I'm going again." Like, next level. Like,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
That, I mean, and even in the UFC, he was so dominant. Like, and it baffles me that Dana White didn't give him whatever the hell money he wanted. But, I mean, he is making boxing interesting.
He had a 17-3 record in UFC.
Yeah. So he was very strong
That's
in the
very
UFC,
good,
yeah.
especially in UFC.
So no, it'll be a good fight, and I'll be honest, I am rooting for Ngannou in this fight. I think just purely like, even just for the storyline, it would be. I mean, it'd be a great end to the Netflix film for
Yeah.
one.
It would be.
And I guess it also shows that boxing isn't such a like closed off sport. Do you know what I mean? Anyone can get their way in there.
Oh, you can.
Well, yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
Why not?
Dana White, anyone, Eddie Hearn, shout me.
Anyone who wants it. Anyone who wants it.
That'll be me. If I win that fight, the week after, that podcast is going to go crazy.
In your
I'm going
training,
to be calling everyone out.
in your training, have you like modelled yourself on any boxer?
I've watched a lot of what's his name? Hang on, let me find it. It's Dmitry Bivol, who is a Russian boxer with an unbelievable jab. Basically, fights behind a brilliant jab. Like sort of not pioneer, but a really good example of the Soviet-style boxing, where you fight with a snappy jab. For me, though, what's his real name? He's Tank, but I can't remember what his full name is. Gervonta Davis, who is basically the same height as me, and fights generally against opponents who are taller than him. And so, because like the way that I've had to train, because I spar against people who are a lot taller than me, is being able to work on the inside and getting in and out quickly, which he does so well. But I think the advantage I have is because of my height, I'm a lot quicker than most people, which means that I can almost fight on my own terms with my movement. So I'd say Tank probably more than anyone, just because of the way that I have to fight because of my build.
Do you know who you're fighting against?
No, so I'll find out on the... so next week we've got a sparring session.
You find out then?
So yeah, we all basically spar and they see our ability. Then at the weigh-in the Monday after, they use our ability, our weight, our height, and will pair us up with someone.
Okay. Do you know what weight class you'll be fighting at?
No, so it's open weight,
Right.
but it's more based on height and ability.
Just fight some
Yeah.
brick shit house who's like 90 kilograms.
So that's like there's only a couple of the lads who are a similar height to me, which means that like I can't really.
You know, it's one of-
I was
one
going to
of
say
them.
I'm not really going to get stitched up.
No.
Unless I turn up to that sparring and I'm unbelievable.
Don't.
Yeah, no,
Downplay
I
it.
was going to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it's, yeah.
Sandbag.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right, Mercedes.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so that's this weekend. The reported purses, according to Forbes, AJ will take home 50 million and Ngannou will take home 20 million.
Oh, my word.
But the sort of big talking point I think that's worth drawing out is that so International Women's Day is this Friday. We're doing actually little plug. We are on Friday Sport this Friday, 3 till
2 till 3.
2 till 3, doing it's our International Women's Day special. And we'll talk about this more on Friday, but there are no women on the undercard because the fight's in Saudi Arabia. Now, you see that purse, there's 70 million up for grabs. Probably a lot of that is coming from the Saudis, but yet you're seeing no women on this, on probably the biggest event of this month at least.
Yeah.
And it'll be, I mean, it's a huge event.
Oh, the first half of the year.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the biggest fighting event of the year so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're seeing no women on that card, which is obviously a product of the Saudi rules. But, yeah, shout out to sportswashing, which always delivers. And, again, there are so many strong female boxers who... An event like this is such a great opportunity to give them the sort of limelight that they deserve. And with so much money involved, it's not like it would be difficult, but Saudi rules.
Yeah, it's awful.
And
isn't
money
it?
talks, I guess.
I think what's sad about it is that we're not even that surprised by it anymore.
No, that's the thing. Like, if you'd said that 3 years ago,
You'd be like, what?
we'd be like, yeah.
Outrage.
And that's the thing. Now it's almost become the norm.
Yeah.
Which is a joke.
It's almost desensitized now because of how much sport is now in the Middle East and
Yeah.
with those.
Well, that's
Draconian
the
rules.
aim of it, isn't it? Is to normalise. That's the
That's
whole point of
and
sports
sports washing is sort of working.
It is
Like, we
working.
don't bat an eyelid now when they go, yeah, AJ and Ngannou are fighting in Saudi Arabia.
Or we care, but like we just kind of we saw that coming, sort of thing.
Well, the governing bodies are making all the money, so they're not worried about it.
No.
At the end of the day, we can't really. You can only protest so much until they make a change.
Yeah.
They're not going to because they're getting 3 times as much.
I was
money.
going to say, when they've got 70 million to spend on 2 fighters, I don't think they're particularly
No.
fast.
Look, the only time that the Saudi train will stop, that bubble will burst, is when the Saudis decide that they
Yeah.
don't want to be in it anymore.
And why would they?
Exactly.
when they're making so much
Yeah.
from so many different sports now as well.
I mean, we're going to have to get used to this for a long time.
Yeah. You could safely assume that this will be for the rest of our lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, that Fury Usyk fight is happening on the 18th of May. That's happening in...
Has that been rescheduled now?
Yeah, that's in the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi
Which is
Arabia.
the same arena as the AJ Ngannou fight, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, we'll keep an eye out for the undercard on that. And maybe by some stroke of luck, there'll be a woman on the undercard. But
Don't be silly.
Yeah. Behave.
yeah, it's not going to happen, is it?
Elsewhere in the sort of world of sport, the NFL scouting combine. So me and Alfie, sort of bit of context. Me and Alfie have been trying to get ourselves into NFL. We're learning slowly. Alfie's still trying to pick his team. I've gone with the Packers. But Alfie's...
I'm getting there.
He was tier listing last night
Yeah.
with various teams. You mentioned that there was a team that you didn't pick because you didn't like their stadium.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Philadelphia Eagles.
And what was wrong with their stadium?
I'll pull it
Yeah,
up.
pull it up and we'll talk about it. But yeah, no. So we've been trying to sort of do our learning. A lot of our learning is coming from the Madden 24 game. But every little helps. What's wrong with that?
I just don't think it looks that nice.
It's a standard stadium.
They all
No.
look the same though, the
No.
stadiums, because they're just
Nah.
There's some-
Can you pull up Seattle Stadium?
they're all in like big parking
Come
lots.
on,
though.
Seattle.
Fight and win.
Fight and win.
Barbecue.
We're
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah, look at that.
score 3.
Like, that's
I
a
like
lot.
that one.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Better.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's
I
lovely.
don't know how I feel about
And
that.
the Seattle Sounders, I think, is the football team.
I wouldn't want to be half in shade though.
Yeah, but no, the size, the scale of American football is next level. Like when you're seeing 100,000 seater college stadiums,
Yeah.
like we spoke about Penn
I'd
State's
love to
whiteout. That for me would be the dream all in good sport trip.
So that's the Sounders.
Yeah, and so they play on the same ground.
That's impressive.
Yeah, like American sport, I think for me would be like the dream to cover because of how massive all the
Yeah.
coverage is. Like even with the baseball, like it's only like we don't see this level of coverage for pre-season in football, but with like and just through spring training, you've got 7 different ways of watching it, and like the amount of people that turn up for spring training games is impressive. Like pre-season games with football, you don't really get crowds unless it's like a big game. Spring training, consistent attendance across the board. But yeah, no. So we've been picking our teams, and do you want to talk a little bit about the combine, Alfie?
Yeah. So
Not necessarily on a technical basis,
Yeah.
but more just what your thoughts on it were.
I thought it was interesting. So obviously we don't see anything like that within kind of English
Yeah.
sport. So I thought it was kind of a unique experience with obviously having like drill. Is it like drills?
Yeah. So
Different
you've
drill.
got you've got like different stations,
Yeah.
and each of the athletes who are sort of up for the draft will come and they'll show. So I think it's the 40-yard dash,
Yeah.
the 20-yard shuttle,
Yeah.
bench press, broad jump, vertical, and then their measurements are all taken, their weights. But so I was listening to the Locked On Packers podcast, and the guy was saying that the difference between like the team drafting one player and another player might be half an inch in their wingspan, and it's like stuff like that. Like it would be really interesting, I think, to see some of those kind of measurements within like the Premier League.
Yeah.
Like measuring different players' speeds in a controlled environment would be so interesting. Like as a sort of UK fan and someone who's just getting into it, it's a really cool way of seeing like how data driven it all is. And that's the thing. Like with the drafts across all American sports, they're so data driven. Have any of you boys seen Moneyball?
Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
What
film.
a film!
It's Matt Damon, isn't it?
Yeah, Matt
Yeah.
Damon,
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Who
Is
else?
Damon in it,
Is he in it?
or is he the boss, like the big boss, like the not?
He's Matt Damon in it.
No, because
actually. I've just
Brad
agreed
Pitt's
with you.
the coach, right?
Yeah.
Is Matt Damon like the head?
Jonah Hill's in it. No Matt Damon.
Oh no, I've messed up.
Bottle job.
Absolutely.
Brad Pitt, Jonah
horrible.
Hill, Chris Pratt, and
Moneyball's fantastic.
it's a
though.
great film. Have you read the book? There's a book attached to it which is really
We can do it in the aggregate. So I'm just throwing out the Moneyball quotes now.
I've not seen it in ages. That might be a rewatch actually.
Replace him in the aggregate.
Whack it on the letterboxed. We'll do a little letterboxed update later actually. But yeah, no. So the combine was an interesting watch.
Yeah.
Other than that, any other sporting news to bring up?
We were talking about Saudi sports washing. Obviously,
Yeah.
there's a little bit involved in tennis now.
Love it.
The ATP Tour and the Saudi Public Investment Fund have announced a strategic partnership to grow the global game of tennis.
They love that line, don't they?
They
Grow
do.
the game.
Grow the
Yeah.
global
Grow
game.
the game where? It's not growing in Saudi.
Across the globe.
Is it fucked?
Because it's not already big across
Yeah.
the globe. Yeah.
So they have announced a partnership, and the PIF are now officially sponsoring the ATP rankings. So they are now the PIF ATP rankings.
Always good. How much do we know? How much that deal was worth?
Too much, probably.
Yeah.
Get it up, Proddy.
Yeah, pull it up, Rod.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Actually, other than that, India versus England, fifth test is on Thursday.
Fifth test in freezing.
Yeah, -3 or 4 was it?
In the Himalayas. Isn't
Yeah.
It? So yeah.
Bloody beautiful ground though.
Oh yeah.
Can't remember off the top of my head what it's called. but
Dharam something. Dharam.
Dharam Salata. I was going to say like Dharam Salata. That's like Taram Salata.
Yeah.
What a dip, by the way. Alfie, have you ever tried Taram Salata?
I haven't, no.
Oh, mate, James, Taram Salata. Ever given it a whirl?
I can say no, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Mate, it's no Satsuki.
Nah, Taram Salata is different. Gravy. Hang on.
Oh, it's not gravy, is it?
Shut up. It's made from cured roe of the cod, carp, or grey mullet. However, it tastes bloody lovely. Like my cricket meal, like my tea, as it were, is taram salata and a baguette. Love it. Smash the pot. Done. Easy.
My favourite snack at the moment is a pot of red pepper hummus with either some like Doritos or some like celery sticks or carrots.
Carrots, yeah. I was waiting for him to drop carrots. Carrots was
Do you ever? What's your like meal deal snack of choice?
I get crisps. I'm boring.
Oh no, that's so dull.
I know exactly.
You know what mine is. You know what mine is.
I've got a meal deal in my bag.
What have you got? Oh no, let's guess.
Get it
go on
out,
then.
Shan.
I don't want anything offensive here. I don't want you to say like a Just Ham sandwich.
You've got okay. You've got. Where have you got it from? Co-op or Tesco?
Sainsbury's, sadly.
What?
Because I went back home because it's my dinner per se.
Okay.
If you've got it from Sainsbury's, then you've 100% got a hoisin duck wrap in your bag.
Absolutely not, sir.
Ooh.
No.
Wrap or sandwich?
Sandwich.
All right.
I'm gonna go with a BLT.
No, but I will say I like my protein. So
I'm going to go with a chicken triple.
close. That's Tesco's. Sainsbury's don't do chicken triple.
Do they not?
No. Would
Is
you like
it-
me
is
to
it a
reveal my
chi-
sandwich?
yeah.
It's chicken and it is bacon. Chicken
Ah,
and bacon.
Chicken
okay.
With a bit of mayo.
Crisps. I reckon you go dead boring with the crisps.
Oh,
Wow. No,
No.
This guy goes like McCoy's.
It's a McCoy's Bridge, isn't it?
oh God! Sorry, I was
Is
that
it a
excited.
flame grilled steak?
It is.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I don't normally get them. I usually get the Walker Max ones, you know, the big
Yeah,
Walker
yeah.
ones. But yeah, it is a flamed McCoy steak.
And you've gone with like a
Fruit shoot.
no. it's roguer than that. We're not going to guess the drink.
Are you going to go for like that chocolate milkshake thing?
Like the UFit.
You're thinking too far away.
All right.
Are you going with like a Coke Zero?
You've got to think. I'm in the library 6 hours a day.
Red
Oh,
Bull.
it's a Red Bull.
It's a Monster. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ooh, what flavour Monster?
Mango Loco.
No, I alternate between the Mango Loco and the Pipeline Punch. The
Pipeline
pink
Punch
one.
is good.
That's one of your favourite. at
That's the
moment.
one we tried last week, isn't it?
I tried it for the first time. We tried
Yeah,
it for the
yeah,
first time.
yeah.
And we both
Same.
enjoyed it.
We've been working our way through the Monster flavour.
My three of choices: Mango Loco, Pipeline Punch, and Monarch.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know what's more.
That's a peach one.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
I like the something like peach. It's some weird little like pun with peach.
I
It's
reckon
good crack.
straight after our Soccer Saturday recording, we get down the co-op, we get the Lewis Hamilton Monsters
Yeah,
and sit
I
in
like
our
that.
I'll tell you
car.
what, they are beautiful.
They
aren't
are really. Are they the apple ones?
We watched the
No,
race.
they're like it's like citrus, like orangey or something, isn't
Okay.
it? Yeah.
We watched the race with our Lewis Hamilton Monsters.
Yeah, and we cheer every time he comes on the screen like it's Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. Shall we get into some winners and losers?
Let's
love
do
to.
it.
And James, as our guest,
Oh.
would you like to lead us in?
How kind! I would absolutely love to. Well, I've mentioned I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm gonna start off. I think I have to. It'd be rude not to. My first winner of the week is Mikel Arteta's Red Army.
Yep.
It is Arsenal, and I've put here as well. Thank you, Dubai camp, because whatever we did over that little break we had, it has been amazing. In the 2024 calendar, we've had 7 Premier League games. We've won all 7. We're now only 2 points off Liverpool still. That gap is very, very small. Title race is proper on. We were the first team in Premier League history to score 4+ goals away in 3 consecutive games.
That's
After
impressive.
that, the 6-0 away
Yeah.
win to Sheffield United on Monday night. Ironically, the commentator pundits at halftime said the record for the highest away game win was 10-0. And that was in, I believe, 1896, and that was Sheffield United who got that. So
Full knowledge.
how ironic would it have been if Arsenal?
Probably your
had-
job's at risk here, son.
Well, I've
You're
got
supposed to be the
I've
facts
got some
man.
facts waiting.
I'm sure he's got some
Right,
stats. Don't worry.
have either of the 9 nils been mentioned?
I
Twitter
love
account
that Twitter
was
account.
popping
Oh
off.
my god, it's so good.
When it got to 5 before half time, like you could
Panic
see
stations. Yeah.
you could see the the heart beating
Yeah.
through
Well,
the page.
mine was beating very quickly because I had a little bet on.
Oh yeah, what was the bet?
It was a little 11-1 boost, and it was if Arsenal get 12 plus shots on target.
What did they?
So
get?
I had six. I put £6 in it because that's
Yeah.
all I had in my account. I wasn't putting money on it. Let's not joke around here.
Yeah.
I'm not
Let's
got the
not
money
take
to
the
bet.
piss here.
When the fun stops, stop.
But does the fun ever truly stop?
No, I won £7 today.
Oh,
Kill one.
I haven't done my spins yet. Actually.
Get in there.
Arsenal ended up having 10 shots on target, so I was 2 shots on target away from 66 bloody pounds.
Ooh.
I was really, really pissed off with a 6-0 win.
Wait, so they scored 6 goals and they only had 10 shots on
I
target?
know. At half time, we'd had about 7 shots on target. I was thinking,
That's
surely
baffling.
5 in the second half. But they just sat back. But Arsenal in 2024 have scored 31 goals. Manchester United in the 23-24 season have scored 37 goals.
Jesus.
Levels.
Would you like another
Absolute
Man
levels.
United related?
No,
I would
wouldn't.
love one actually. Yeah.
go
So Arsenal now have a higher goal difference than Man United's points total.
Yep, I have that here as well.
Jesus. What
let's
a
all
club,
just
man.
take a minute and laugh at Manchester United. Ha 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 ha.
Haha, dickhead.
It's just a
dickhead.
weekly thing, that.
Plus 45 goal difference is mental. Though.
I know. I'm not complaining. I'm
Hey.
very happy. But
Chelsea have only got 36 points there, who you should be bantering.
No, I'll banter Manchester United.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
always more
spent,
fun.
you spent net spend more than Manchester City in the last decade. So, so that's my first winner. Would
I
you like me
back that,
to,
yeah.
like me to carry on with the rest,
So-
or would you go around?
Well,
Well,
go
I-
round.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
well,
what I'm
on the Arsenal point, who's been like so Saka is he's narrowly missed out on Player of the Month to Rasmus Højlund. They
He's
both
backer.
Absolute
That-
crap, by the way.
they had a similar record. I think Saka had scored 6 in 4. Højlund had 5 in 4. They gave it to Højlund because
Bullshit.
he's a better player.
No,
But,
Sean Mills, man. Sean Mills. We were waiting on a miracle and it came. It's all
Well,
good.
the miracle has come, and then
Yeah.
he got fucking injured again. So
Yeah.
we need another miracle, Sean. But yeah, so Saka probably a key player, but
100%.
But
Odegaard's been
it's-
Odegaard was great.
sublime.
Yeah.
it seems like all your attackers are firing on cylinders.
Well,
Martinelli
what
scored a
about
couple.
Kiwior, by the way?
So if you look at our team now, Kyrgios coming into that left back position with Zinchenko being injured, Tomiyasu being injured. He's right now, he's got that number 1 left back spot. He's
Yeah,
better defensively than
cooked.
Zinchenko, and each game he's getting better and better at that inverted
I
fullback
swear,
role.
I've only seen off FPL, but I swear he's got like 25 points in the last 2 weeks.
Wait, because the clean sheets and stuff as
Yeah.
well. I believe he scored last
Yeah.
weekend as well against either West Ham or Newcastle. Oh, it was Newcastle,
Yeah.
which somehow that goal wasn't given as an own goal, which definitely was. But
Hey, we
points
take
are
those.
points.
And the Gabriel one was given as an own goal.
Yeah.
That one
Yeah,
was an own goal.
It
to
was.
Be fair, it was.
He should have got an assist for it.
Yeah.
Why do you have him in your FPL by any chance?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but everyone was saying, pundits, managers alike, whatever, saying, Arsenal, I need a striker, We do need a striker, I'll accept that. A Ollie Watkins type or a Ivan Toney type. But since Dubai, we've come back and we've not just equaled the goal scoring to last season, we've arguably done better in terms
Yeah.
of attack. I don't know what happened in Dubai, but bloody hell, it's working.
So yeah, I mean it is a pretty crunch time though for Arsenal next because after the Brentford game on
City.
Saturday night, you've got to overturn the gap against Porto in the Champions League,
Yeah.
1-0 down.
Why
But
not
I mean
that?
you're at home.
Yeah.
You'd expect to win
You'd
that.
expect Arsenal
Although
to go through that.
It's the Champions League and it's Porto.
Last time you played a Portuguese team at home, you did get knocked out on penalties.
Oh, thanks,
My
mate.
brother was there for that one.
He was there.
He was
Wow.
there.
Poor
It was his
guy.
first. It was his first ever Arsenal game in the flesh.
I actually have a confession.
You've
never
not been to
been.
an Arsenal game.
Oh, don't be silly. I've been to many a game. It's more about the game I went to on Saturday.
Go on.
I went to the Spurs game on Saturday.
Shame on you.
My mate had a spare season ticket. But he has two. Him and his dad have a season ticket, and his dad couldn't go, so he asked me. I said yes.
What was the score in that one?
2-1 Tottenham. Palace were winning until the 70th minute.
So
and I
when the
was so
goals went
happy.
in,
Oh, I just didn't celebrate. I was a neutral.
Did you applaud?
No.
Nothing.
nothing.
I didn't even
Stone
clap.
face
I
killer.
didn't even clap. I was just like sitting here. Going,
So the Spurs ultras weren't on you.
Spurs ultras.
What is the Spurs ultras? What's the Arsenal ones? Ashburton Army.
Ashburn Army.
Yeah.
And the last game I went to, which was Fulham in August, where I was sat was about 5 or 10 rows to the right.
Cold.
And they were pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, we drew to Fulham, which was pretty shit. But
Yeah.
as British ultras go, they weren't too shabby.
I do always love I love the ultras firms on TikToks that are like 18-year-olds,
Yeah.
or like the 16 to 18-year-old ultra firms.
Java.
Yeah, get the badge
Oh,
in.
they're so cringe.
Lemon.
Oh yeah, they're
all
awful.
this. Oh, it's horrific.
Mate, if you want
It's
like,
great content.
if you want proper ultras, you just go Europe.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, the Italy.
I want to do. Have you seen those European away day, the mystery away day things?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
I've seen
really
that.
fancy that.
I reckon the All in Good Sport take a trip to Lisbon.
Yep.
We go see Sporting. We go see
How about
Australia.
You do a
We go-
podcast there as well.
Yeah, oh wow.
We could do Australia Amadora. We could do Benfica.
Yeah,
Mm.
I hear
Uh,
that.
We could take a
Can we go
trip
see
to
Braga?
Braga.
Jan
a bit further.
Martino's knocking about.
Yeah, all good.
That's a
All
bit
Signed a
further
new
north.
contract.
Sport
Oh, we
on
gotta-
tour.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
we could go to Milan, tick those off, and then Milan's close to
Bit of
Turin.
Germany. I want to. I want to.
German
Germany.
football's top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the tickets are cheap.
Yeah.
Drinking in the stadiums.
Yeah. I'll be back on the. I'll be back
Booze.
on the points.
Beer,
Yes.
Beer's cheap as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on that.
I want to go to maybe like Cologne or somewhere like
Well,
that.
Alfie, don't you want to go to up, like really
Uh,
far north?
Yeah, Norway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the team?
Copenhagen and Nordjylland.
Yeah.
That's Denmark, you mom.
No, that's it. Denmark. Wait, which one? No, Norway's Floy Flekkerøy. That's how
Yeah.
I see.
Who?
Floyd Flecker.
It's a team. It's a
You know
team.
you
It's a
know.
team I managed
In
in
Norway?
FM23.
Ah, there it is.
Floy
Flekkerøy.
I started
And then,
a
Denmark. Yeah.
Copenhagen save. I want to
Yeah.
use Rooney Bargy.
Yeah, that's
What a
maybe
boy.
I
They've got
started
City
it.
tonight, haven't they?
Yes, they
Yes.
do. What's the score?
3-1
in that one?
down on aggregate.
Home or away?
Away.
They're
yes,
away.
yeah.
Ah, they're getting
That's a
pumped.
5-0
Yeah,
slumping.
that's a drubbing.
That's a Haaland 4, De Bruyne 1.
Yeah. Nah, Foden will get one.
Yeah, probably
it?
he's in form, isn't he?
Haaland he scored 5 and 4 of them were De
It's a
Bruyne
joke.
assistant.
Yeah.
When I saw it, I forgot it was Cup for a second. I was like, oh my god, my FPL's going to be
Yeah.
beautiful. And I remember it was FA Cup. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, but everyone's got Haaland, so like
I don't. I have De Bruyne.
you don't have Haaland.
Well, because I got rid of him when he was injured, and I currently don't have the the financial capabilities
Wild
of
card.
bringing Haaland back. I've used it.
Yeah.
In my brother's FPL league last season, there was one guy who refused to bring in Haaland the whole time.
Did he get cooked?
That's exactly what.
How's
my
your
dad
brother
did.
doing now in FPL, by the way? I
he's
know
up-
you were beating him.
He's up to 4th. I've gone top.
So the pro, the big
Yeah,
dog,
I'll have a look now.
who's beating him? That's the more important question. Like if he's getting beaten by some serious novices, we've got to have a word. We might have to take the episode down. It's going crazy. Does he listen to the podcast?
Probably.
Oh,
I think he does.
FPL Tom,
Mm.
sort your stuff out, man.
Dare I mention my FPL?
Am
Go
I
on.
shocking?
I
this
had a
year?
good week this week.
I had a good
I
week as
thought
well.
I had a good week. I had about 75 points. It's a decent total. And then I look and I see my mother has scored 100 points and leapfrogged both myself and my aunt to
How?
the top of the table.
Who did she have?
She captained Phil Foden,
Oh my god.
which she has done for the past 2 weeks.
Ball knowledge.
Yeah.
She's
Mother
now,
Blackburn knew.
she's now like, I think she's about 9 points clear of my auntie Jo and 16 points clear of me. Even though like 75, it's well above average.
Mm.
I got 92 this week. To be
Yeah.
fair.
I got
Captain Watkins.
89, I think.
Yeah.
She had Nipple in goal, Ariola.
Yep. Good boy.
Kai Havertz.
Go on, son.
14 points off of Kai Havertz. Ollie Watkins.
Yeah.
Virgil van Dijk got 6 points. I'm not.
Bradley got 8.
Connor Bradley. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a blank game week coming up in 2 weeks where there's only 8 teams playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
I'm
think
gonna free hit.
I
then,
think I'm going to
Uh,
free
yeah.
hit.
Chris, you might be able to load it up on my laptop.
Your FPL.
Yeah, because it's not working on my phone.
Take you to the
I'll let you know how
We
crap
should've
mine
changed your
was
team,
while he
mate.
loads it. I have Vicario in net, no clean sheet, 2 points. Ruben Diaz, 2 points, no clean sheet. Saliba 6, Trippier 1,
Never mind, it's loaded.
Son 7, goal.
Nice.
Bernardo Silva, I'm going to get rid of him because he's not been starting,
No.
3 points. Saka 7 points. I was thinking he was going to score.
I was hoping that
I got
he'd
the
get
FPL
more.
assist
You got-
from the own goal.
Well, he got
Yeah.
taken off at half time, didn't he?
Of the yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
yeah.
that was just to save him, I guess. De Bruyne, 4 points. I was
That
thinking he's
sucks.
going to score. He's going to at least, assist Haaland, but no. Odegaard got me 10. Watkins been massive in FPL, 13 points from him.
Captain him.
I didn't. I captained
Oh.
De Bruyne. I was thinking they're going to
Ah,
absolutely
yeah.
terrorise United, and I got 2 points for Ivan Toney. Pretty crap weekend,
So-
totaling 57.
So that is below average. So your rank will have dropped.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
I had Foden was my star performer. I captain Haaland. Rodrigo Muniz for Fulham.
Yeah.
11 points for me. He's scored and assisted against Brighton.
Cold.
What's happened to Brighton?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
Pascal
yeah.
Gross, time to go, my friend.
Pascal Gross is a quality player, though.
Yeah, but from my FPL, time to go.
Assist
Grip,
merchant. But yeah, they. I feel like. Well, I would say like the stress of Europa League football will have perhaps hindered their performances a bit, but I mean they haven't had Europa for like a month now because they finished top of the group. They haven't had to go through like the round of 32. They've got Roma tomorrow night in the round of 16.
Roma win that.
I was going to say Roma go through there, didn't they?
Well, the first game's at Roma and the second game's at the Amex, so you know,
Yeah, all to play for then.
you'd always rather have a second
Yeah.
leg at
Mm.
home though.
Absolutely, yes.
But yeah, they've only won a couple of games in the past. Well, since the start of the year, they've only won twice in the Prem, although there were pretty big wins: 4-1 over Palace and 5-0 over Sheffield United.
Everyone
Yeah,
gets a
but
5
look at the
nil.
teams,
Come
yeah.
on, apart from Wolves.
But yeah, lost to Wolves in the Cup, Mario Lemina.
Yep, up the boy.
Lost 3-0 away at Brighton.
Quarter-final, actually, just on that note, Wolves into the quarter-finals of the FA Cup
Against Coventry.
against Coventry,
Yeah.
who are, I think, England's second highest goal-scoring team.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. Other than the
Behind
top 4.
Arsenal? Or in the cup you're talking about?
I don't know. I just saw a stat.
Well, they did stick 5 past Maidstone,
Yeah.
but you'd expect that. Ellis Sims has now got 2 hat-tricks in 3 games.
No, Cov will be. It'll be an interesting one. We're at home, which is good.
Mhm.
But I think that'll be a fiery game. But Wolves at Wembley.
Are Cov rivals?
Not really.
Not really.
They're local, but not local enough.
Yeah.
Like it. Yeah.
No one really likes Cov anyway.
Yeah, they're all right. I don't mind Cov.
Pick of the FA Cup quarterfinals, though, is obviously Man United versus Liverpool.
Yeah.
Liverpool win.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Liverpool win that.
Old Trafford.
Liverpool
maybe?
win that.
No,
No.
Yeah, but Liverpool's team is so depleted.
Liverpool win that.
still.
Man United's team at full strength is still shit.
Maybe
Liverpool win that.
maybe you'll be surprised.
No,
No.
I won't.
Over a cup game
You
where
are a
anything
United fan, aren't you?
a cup
Yeah.
game where anything
Yeah.
can happen.
What's the It hasn't been drawn yet for the semi-finals, or has it? Like, there's
No.
we don't know
it'll
the
be
rules.
after the game.
You know what would be bloody brilliant? Wolves United at Wembley.
Mm.
That would be
Go
close.
on. see
Oh,
it.
we'd have to go.
I think we'd have to.
We'd have it would be rude not to. And Wolves in an FA Cup final, I'd lose my head. Like, I get nervous playing pool. Like, Wolves playing.
Chris, you showed fantastic composure earlier.
I tell you what, right? I was telling Alfie this on the walk down. So, for reference, Freddie Topman, listener of the podcast, has made an appearance on the podcast. Freddie he's been heralded as sort of our group's answer to Paul. He's our Jesus. He's our Messiah. He's the man who can't miss. What Freddie did today, however, was miss. Who did he lose to today?
YKT.
YKT. He lost. I have to say, it might be my best performance of all time because, and I'll be the first to admit, he missed some shots on the black that he should have made, but I showed immaculate composure, and I put Freddie to sleep. So
Are you talking about
hold
Paul?
that. Yeah.
I love Paul. I've got to
Mate.
play you then.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Next box social.
Or absolutely. I will
Hope
be
it
there
goes
no
better
matter
than the
what.
last one.
Well, the next social's at Pool Place, isn't it?
Is it?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Mia was saying. You know what? Let's do it because the whole first year I was just in my student accommodation common room playing pool.
So we were always at Hyde Park.
Yeah, Hyper Pub.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Shout out to Hyde Park Pub.
HPP.
Yeah, it's a serious. Just back to the FPL, 92.
Mm.
Captain Watkins, which
Smart.
carried me through. I'm having to go captaincy differentials though
Mm.
because I'm so far behind that like
I'm
I have to.
done
Like, I'm going to captain Saka this week. I think.
It's
At home to Brentford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brentford defensively aren't great,
No.
True.
and Arsenal the league's
I
leading
think
goal
Tony
scorers.
might bag.
To be fair, I'm bringing Kiwior in. I like him.
Good man.
Yeah.
I might do that. That's
He's
tempting.
dirt cheap. He's at 4.6.
Yeah, I've got another winner for you.
Go on.
It's the power of love,
Okay.
and Alfie knows what I'm talking
Yeah,
about here.
I do have that in the tennis.
I know you do, and I'm sorry to steal it from you, but the power of love will see you through. Alex de Minaur and Katie Bolter are tennis's new power couple. The Australian was playing tennis in Acapulco, defending his title, and beat Casper Ruud in the final to retain his ranking points. And en route to that, he beat Stefanos Tsitsipas, who he had lost the previous 11 matches against.
Jesus.
Had never beaten Tsitsipas, beats him, and then goes on to win the tournament. But not only did he win the tournament, he showed his boyfriending skills,
Prowess.
his boyfriending prowess, and he flew from Acapulco in Mexico straight to San Diego, California, to watch his girlfriend Katie Bolter in the San Diego WTA 500 final.
For context, it's 2,000 miles.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So
That's
yeah,
a shift.
the reporters asked de Minaur, "Oh, how are you going to celebrate tonight?" "Oh, I'm not. I've got a 6 a.m. flight to watch my girlfriend 2,000 miles away."
Cold. That brother cooked.
Brownie points for him, and he was rewarded because Katie Bolter beat Marta Kostick in 3 sets to, was it straight sets, I think?
No, 3 sets.
It was 3 sets in the San Diego WTA 500 final.
Beautiful.
That's her first WTA 500 title, so she'll be ranked higher than ever before. De Minaur is now 3rd in the race, the ATP race to Turin, and he'll be in the top 10, I would have thought now.
Yeah, he's 10th, I think.
Yeah, so a good win for the Power of Love and for sporting mega couples, because you don't really see that in tennis at the moment.
No.
Like, the only other big couple I can think of is Stefanos Tsitsipas and Paula Badosa, but Badosa always goes out.
Yeah, that one was on the tip of my tongue, actually.
Yeah. Badosa always goes out in the first round of tournaments or is injured, and Tsitsipas is very hit or miss. So, well done to de Minaur. I was listening to a fantastic podcast, the tennis podcast, which Alfie should listen to, but he doesn't. And they were discussing
Dossa.
They were discussing whether it would be more likely that de Minaur reaches a Grand Slam final or Casper Ruud next. Now, Ruud's made 3 finals already. I think they were all at the French, or at least 2 were. He definitely lost to Nadal in 2022, and he's lost to Djokovic as well. But the thing with Casper Ruud is on clay, he's very good, but on the rest of the courts, I mean, at Wimbledon, I was there when he got knocked out in the second round.
Subtle flex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch it. Like, that was on court number 1, and I could hear them every time Liam Brody, who was British, won a point, and then won that match. But Ruud on surfaces other than clay, I find unconvincing. But he'll be in with a decent shot of the French, or at least making the final of that. But de Minaur is probably more suited to hard courts. So maybe he won't do so well in the French. But we got Indian Wells, which is teeing. The first round matches are tonight. Indian Wells is the first 1,000 Masters tournament of the year. So big ranking points on offer. Really prestigious tournament. It's one that famously the Williams sisters boycotted for a number of years because they got racist pelters in the mid-2000s. And they refused, breaking their contracts, basically, to play there until I think it was like 2019 or something like that. But regardless, it is a very big tournament. Carlos Alcaraz is defending his title there, who has been either injured or hasn't won too many matches this year.
I was going to say, I've not heard much about him.
Not since he won.
Yeah.
Not since he won Wimbledon, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah.
I was on holiday when I watched that. It was great.
Yeah, that was a fantastic match to watch. But yeah, so well done, de Minaur and Katie Bolter.
I'll lead in with the next winner, and I'm actually going to replace one of my winners. I need to figure. I'm going to replace my last winner, and I'm going to bring in a man who's been mentioned on this podcast before. We've got one famous darts player sat across from me, Mr. Stephen Bunting. Welcome to the podcast. But no, I'm going to go with Luke Littler, because this week, I don't know if you've seen, you might have done, that he's been in an advertising campaign.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Who's he advertising for? Best cereal. Now you might ask, who the hell are Best Cereal? Who Best Cereal, owned and operated by the Sidemen. So this week, Luke Littler's been in the advertising campaign for the Sidemen's new cereal brand.
What are you doing, Luke?
Partnered with Mornflake. And yeah, the advert was great. It was basically Littler. He was just sat there, right, at his table, just scranning, just throwing 3 bullseyes, no looking, and then just gives the camera a little nod. I thought it was very understated, but he came across well. And I thought, do you know what? Like, there's not many. Which 17-year-olds have been the front of an advertising campaign, and an advertising campaign for admittedly Best Cereal probably aren't the Sidemen's top performing thing.
Not yet.
But I mean, I was going to say, like, I was going to say people will eat that up. They will.
They will. Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing, isn't it? Because obviously they've already got the alcohol business.
Yeah.
But if
Have you
they're-
tried XIX?
I haven't. I know you can get it in some Weatherspoons.
Yeah,
now
I think
as
it's
well.
available in Weatherspoons across the country.
I might have to give it a go. I do work at Spoons too.
Yeah,
so-
that's why I thought I'd ask.
Yeah,
I
no, I
thought-
haven't actually drunk
Yeah.
in Spoons in a while. But they're obviously got their appeal to the newer, younger audience again.
Yeah.
Because you've got Luke Littler, who's actually only is he still 16 or is he 17 now?
17.
yeah,
No one's
17.
mentioned that. I don't
Yeah, he's still no, is he not?
think. No.
Oh, it's funny because he looks 30. So he's still young and having like chocolatey cereal, whatever it is.
Yeah, and but they're branding it as apparently legally it's healthy.
Legally, it's healthy.
Is it
Legally.
There's not much cereal that's legally healthy. is there?
Apparently it's healthy. That's what they're saying.
Wow. Well, if Luke Littler's
I
eating
do
it-
want to try it though.
I
This is
want
the thing. Like
to
they've got
know
me.
what like additives they've got in
Oh,
there.
it's like
How many
all-
E
every
numbers?
E number
Yeah.
on the planet. Yeah, but no, it's yeah. I just thought it was one that just literally popped into my head. But I thought it's something that you don't see every day.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say it's really strange actually seeing like Littler is so well known across the country now, and I guess he'll be one of the first of our generation that like we're gonna see Littler for the next few decades. Like he is like obviously we don't know what will happen, but Littler is someone who has the potential to hang around for a long time, and
Absolutely.
it's really cool to see someone in our sort of age bracket. Like he's a year older than my brother, like, and a year younger than us. Like it's really cool to see that, and I'm excited to see which other sort of sporting stars emerge, and we see like them take the limelight. Like who's going to dethrone you? Like even with something like boxing, like a lot of the boxers that we know are getting on.
I'm looking at the next generation right across
You know
the
how it be.
table.
Chris the Killer Tarkle.
Is that your
That's
name?
the-
Have you told everyone your walkout song yet?
I have told them the walk.
Could you tell me?
It could have been me by the Struts. Which
Okay.
you won't. If I say it to you, you won't
But
know.
I hear it. I'll
but you'll
know
hear it and you'll
One of
know it.
those, Nice.
Yeah, but it's a good little tune.
I still think that my nickname for you was better.
What was
Hardcore Chris Tarkle.
Yeah, that would have been
That's
cold. wouldn't it?
fantastic.
Yeah,
I was proud of that.
but they are announcing me as Christian, which I don't go by
Ooh.
Christian.
No.
Can you
like,
not
ever.
ask them to just say?
Well, I could, but maybe Christian will strike fear into their hearts. I think, who the hell is Christian?
Yeah.
Got a mystery opponent.
Yeah. And then boom, it's you.
Yeah, but like, I never introduced myself as Christian ever.
No,
I've been.
you
I've
haven't
been
even introduced. Like when I first met you, it was just Krish.
Yeah, and I've always been Krish.
I didn't even know your full name was Christian.
No.
So there you go.
No, neither did I. They told me, I was like, what the fuck?
Would you like to hear my second winner?
Absolutely.
Proddy, do you want to go with yours
Oh,
first?
yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
of
I'm going
course.
to go with a requested one from Bryn.
Oh, yeah.
A friend of the podcast. He's requested that I mention AFC Wimbledon, who
Yeah.
got a last-minute goal against their rivals and fellow playoff hopefuls, MK Dons. Ronan Curtis with the goal in the 90 plus 4th minute. They now sit 10th and 3 points off the playoffs.
I think it's unfair to just say that MK Dons are rivals of Wimbledon. That's
yeah,
a
true.
stolen team.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
The limbs when they
Yeah.
scored were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dons they stole Wimbledon
Literally.
to get that win against Franchise FC.
Yeah.
It's the second league win in the fixtures. In the fixtures played between the two clubs,
Mhm.
it's only the second time that Wimbledon have ever won that fixture in the league.
Wow.
So pretty big.
Out of how many?
Yeah, it beats me, mate.
No.
Not as good.
thought you-
That's your job.
Yeah, we all hate MK Dons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say like there aren't many clubs who are as hated as MK Dons,
Mm.
and for good reason.
I know. I'm trying to think of other
Yeah,
franchise
but
clubs.
who else do people just like hate? United.
Man City.
Yeah.
but I don't think everyone hates United
Yeah.
though.
I do.
I
Anyone who isn't a United fan doesn't like
in this
United.
room, it's
I don't.
75%.
Yeah.
Democracy, mate.
But there's a difference between not liking and then like hatred.
Okay,
Yeah, I
that's
back
fair.
that.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I would say then
Getafe.
you've got Tottenham Hotspur. No.
No.
City, Newcastle. I hate Newcastle.
I don't mind Newcastle.
I hate them. I hate them.
I hate him as well.
Actually no. I think I hate the fans more. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. The fan base.
Shout out to Div and
expecting-
get us started. Fuck
They
you.
should be. They're thinking they should be challenging titles at the stage. Like, nah,
Yeah.
fuck off, mate.
Who?
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's like within football. There's a lot of like clubs that people don't like. There's no one as hated.
Mm.
Hated, adored, never ignored. Manchester United.
Shut up, you fucking dick.
The victim card.
Yeah. round of winners.
Yeah. I've actually got a tennis one here.
Ooh.
I don't know. I thought I'd change it up. If I am saying this name wrong, slap me.
If it's the name I'm thinking,
it probably is Simona Halep.
Oh.
Well, she's been cleared. So this is the winner, obviously. She's been cleared to return to tennis after reduction of her doping ban. She's obviously a previous Wimbledon winner. She was ranked world number 1 twice between 2017 and 2019 for a total duration of 64 weeks. So she's up there, one of the greats of our generation. She won Wimbledon in 2019, and she was originally given a 4-year ban for doping. And I've got the information here. I'll just read it to you. Halep is free to resume her career after the Court of Arbitration for Sport reduced her doping ban from 4 years to 9 months, which is basically now finished now. It was a unanimous decision, and they basically cleared her of any wrongdoing regarding the blood doping allegations.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Which means they were literally wrong.
That's fucked.
So she appealed it, and they were wrong. Yeah. The unfortunate incident, in quotation marks, of the Roxadustat positive test, which is obviously something to do with something in her blood. Stemmed from inadvertent supplement contamination, leading to the reduced sanction of 9 months. They've also compensated her with 20,000 CHF, which is equivalent to just over £17,000.
Yeah, that's Swiss francs, I think.
But how awful... I mean, she's a winner because she's back in tennis and she's got, I guess, a compensation. But to lose 9 months of her career, very established Grand Slam, 2-time Grand Slam winner...
Yeah.
Winner now, loser 9 months ago, but she's appealed it and she's won it.
Yeah.
But how awful
the
is it?
tennis governing bodies have not had a great week, have they? It's been like, I don't see much by way of tennis news. But whenever I see anything, it's just that whoever's in charge of tennis are fucking shit up.
The thing with contamination arguments, though, is I don't really buy it. I think she's got off with it there.
Well, realistically, about 40-50% of sports people in general are on PEDs now, anyways.
Yeah, but I think it could be so.
Would you ever do PEDs? Like if you just fancied it, just like one day, someone comes up to you and goes, "Here, like, listen, have it for free," you'll just get jacked.
Rude to say no.
Yeah, I was going to say, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? Really?
I'd give it a go, but
Yeah.
I mean, if you're playing a professional sport,
yeah.
it's different, innit?
But I mean, like, you know, you could just turn up to Sunday League and just boss
Boom,
it.
yeah, absolutely rump right, Lionel Messi. Sorry.
So we give Jimmy steroids.
You're not going to be given
That'd be terrifying.
You're not going to be given a urine test after Sunday.
No,
League,
that's what I mean.
Well, if I stop balling out like Messi, I might do.
Oh, sorry, it's just his week.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, that's my slightly different.
Yeah.
do you want another tennis winner?
Oh my God, what's
if
going
you've got
on?
one.
Yeah,
I've got the beep 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 under the whole thing.
I know. We've got beep 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 Baez. Sebastian Baez
Okay.
is my second winner this week. My final tennis related topic. I will add. So sorry, Proddy, but Baez.
Roddy's job's in the bin now.
But-
What's he got left?
I've
Baez,
still got a few things hanging.
he can talk about Andy Murray.
Yeah.
Baez has won back-to-back tournaments in South America. He just won the Chile Open against home favourite Alejandro Tabilo after winning Rio tournament as well. So he is now into the top 20 of the ATP rankings for the first time ever and is 6th in the ATP race to the finals. So a very good week for him. Indian Wells is hard court, so maybe it won't translate as well because those 2 wins were both on clay, but you wouldn't want to face him at the French Open in May. So 2 months' time. That will be an exciting tournament.
That will be,
Because it's going to be Nadal's last French Open, a tournament he has won 14 times.
He's got to win it.
I love Nadal.
Did you see the Netflix slam? Nadal versus Alcaraz.
Yeah, that was odd.
I didn't actually know it was happening until it came up.
So Nadal and Carlos Alcaraz played an exhibition match, and it was streamed live on Netflix.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They called it the Netflix Slam. I think
That is so crazy.
they played it in Las Vegas, and I think Alcaraz won it in. It was 1 set each, and then it was a tie break, wasn't
How
it?
much money do you think they got for that? Stupid amounts, isn't it? Yeah, have a couple mil not a couple mil. Yeah, have 500k each just to fight, and we'll record you.
Probably would
fight,
have been more.
play against. Yeah, probably it's Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah.
In Vegas, I'm thinking if it's in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
What? So they get all the money to bet, stick it all on
whack
black.
it on roulette.
I don't know what the form of the players was, because I didn't watch the match. But I saw a couple of people throwing out some accusations of scripting.
Everyone, I mean, it's Netflix.
Yeah.
Who won?
So Alcaraz got 750,000.
Go on, Proddy.
And Nadal got 17 million. No.
Alcaraz won the match.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Get in there, my son.
But yeah, Sebi Baez, my second winner.
Lovely. I'll go with my third. It's the Los Angeles Angels / Ron Washington. So, bit of context. I'm trying this year to be a better baseball fan, and actually watch games. I've been watching, like I mentioned earlier, I've been watching spring training, and the Angels sort of last 2 years have done well in spring training, but a lot of it's been down to sort of players who aren't necessarily going to be a part of the main team. This time round, the Angels have looked really strong in spring training. Beat the Dodgers, who are sort of very much up there as a team to watch for this season. They beat them 4-0 last night, or 4-0, I guess if I want to go American. So they beat them. Shohei Ohtani, who we've mentioned a lot on this podcast, the unicorn, who moved from the Angels to the Dodgers. It was the first time the Angels have played against him or ever. So his entire career has been at the Angels. First time they played him, and he went hitless last night. But a lot of the Angels' spring training success and, fingers crossed, like regular season success, has come as a result of the shake-up to the sort of coaching staff. So Ron Washington, who is 71 years old, he's made his MLB debut in 1970. So he's been knocking about for a fair while. He was the Rangers head coach for about 8 years, finished that up in 2014. It's his first management job since then, and he's the sort of head coach / manager of the Angels. He's been brought in this season after a pretty stinking time for the Angels in the last few years, and he's been brilliant. He interviews so well, and he reminds me very much of a Gary O'Neill, which is really strange because obviously you have O'Neill, who is a young manager, who and there's a reason for this. Both of them have said a lot in interviews that they are a coach first and a manager second. And even within games, you're seeing Ron Washington coaching. You're seeing even game by game, you're seeing improvements within players on things that, and they'll come out in interviews after and say it's something I worked on with Wash, and it's you are seeing player development, you are seeing advancement, and I think the Angels, like I'm not claiming to be any sort of expert or any, like, a lot of the stuff that I'm picking up is through the Locked On Angels podcast, which is brilliant. And if you want to get into baseball, the Locked On podcasts are a great way to do that. But it's been really fun to see, like the Angels. I sort of followed them on and off last season, and they honked. But it's a really positive time, I think, to be an Angels fan. I think there's still a lot of work to be done, but I think it'll be an interesting one to watch. And yeah, Shohei going hitless was good. I enjoyed that, and he shared a hug with Mike Trout, so that was nice. So I guess Hugs were the winner, Angels were the winner, and Ron Washington was my winner. That was my second winner.
Mike Trout, what a name.
Mike Trout is the fucking boy. Mike Trout, like, okay, sorry, I'm gonna continue. Mike Trout.
What have I done?
Mike Trout, like, this brother is next level. He's just always injured now. But if he can stay fit, the Angels actually have a chance to compete. Like, the Angels with a fit Mike Trout are a completely different club to the Angels without. Like, Mike Trout is he's been knocking about for a while, and he will probably decline in the next few years. So this is probably the last season where if Mike Trout can stay fit, he will compete. Because he said, like, for forever, it's been, when will Mike Trout move? When is he going to leave? He's that player who is like a Shohei Ohtani, who was at the Angels, and you go, why are you at such a shit club? And Trout comes out and says, I want to win with the Angels. I want to win here. So, fingers crossed, we see some kind of performance from the Angels. But yeah.
So my next winner is Harry Kane. So he scored twice in Bayern's 3-0 win in the second leg against Lazio. He became the first British player to reach 50-plus goals in Europe. He's the joint top goal scorer in the Champions League this season with Mbappe. He's also tied with Mbappe for most goal involvements across all competitions, across the top 5 leagues with 41. And he's also played one less than Mbappe with that as well. Yeah.
Harry Kane, the stat merchant.
Yeah. Still probably won't win a cup.
No, probably
obviously
not.
Does it matter if he wins a trophy or
Yeah,
not?
he
Yeah,
left Tottenham
it
to
does,
win a
yeah.
trophy.
It does matter.
That's why he left Tottenham, isn't it?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be
Because it would be so funny if he didn't.
obviously it would be funny, but like it's not his fault. Like
No,
he's-
no. No one's blaming him. I just think it would be
I
hilarious
blame
if he
him.
loses, if he leaves Spurs to win trophies,
Oh, mate.
and then not causes, but is part of Bayern's first like trophyless season
Well,
in
there'd be
however long.
yeah,
12
but
years.
The problem
Yeah.
is Tommy Tuchel though,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And
Funny,
he's
I
going
have
to go.
some more document for later. That is.
Yeah. Ooh.
Spoilers.
Shall we?
No, I've got another one.
Okay.
I want to talk about Molly Cordery.
Yep.
World Indoor Championships, Athletics Championships have been happening this week. I think they've just finished. And Team GB look like we've got some kind of breakout generation field athletes, none other than Molly Cordery, who won the pole vault gold, beat the world and the double world and Olympic champion Katie Moon from America, great name, by jumping 4 meters 80. With the Olympics only a few months away, I'm excited. We also had Josh Kerr win gold in the 3,000 meters, beat out Yared Naguse in that one. And there's been a lovely kind of spat between him and Jakob Ingebrigtsen, the Norwegian sprinter or middle distance runner, because Ingebrigtsen is quite a cocky guy, and he's always like, "Oh, I can beat him with a blindfold on," he said at the start of the championships. Now, they didn't race against each other in this one. In the last Worlds, Kerr beat him over 1,500 metres, which is both of their specialty races. So Kerr just said no comment to that at the start of the tournament.
Cold.
And then goes out and absolutely bosses the 3,000 metres. So that is a rivalry that I think could blossom over the next few years. Definitely one to look out for in Paris, though.
Mm-hmm.
How do you rate Team GB's chances then going into the Olympics?
I think it's going to be probably a similar amount of medals as the previous few. There seems to be less of a completely medal-driven focus, which has led to quite a lot of athletes being alienated from their sports because they just feel like the cultures are toxic and bullying and just purely performance-driven rather than like the mental health side of things as well. I think you're going to see like Team GB legends like Jay Jones and Adam Peaty. This is probably going to be their last Olympics, I would have thought. So out with the old and in with the new, I suppose, with this tournament. But this Olympics, I think it's going to be important to see Team G get back on the top of their pedestal when it comes to rowing, because obviously with like Oxbridge and like all the poshos, we should be the best country in the world when it comes to rowing. But last Tokyo Olympics we got decimated and we only won 1 gold, whereas in London 2012 we won 7.
What's your favourite Olympic sport? And that's a question for all of you.
It's judo.
Yeah,
I love watching the martial arts.
I can back
And
that.
judo's so cool.
I think the more random the sport, the better. Like when you switch on the TV and there's some random shit on, like there's no better feeling.
Taekwondo's
I'm
fun as well.
boring.
Huh?
I'm boring.
Are
I
you going to
quite
say like 100
track.
meter sprint?
Well, I like track just because I used to run when I was younger.
yeah?
Yeah, like long distance and
Ah,
stuff. I was quick 1 year of my life.
yeah.
No, but I just enjoy track. I don't know. I've
I can back that.
And swimming. Boring.
Yeah,
I actually
swimming's-
went to the Paralympics in 2012, 13. No,
12,
after
wasn't
that.
it? You went London?
I was in high school, so
Oh, right. Was it not London?
yeah, it's,
No, he's old, remember? It
Oh,
could have been.
God, yeah.
yeah, I am old. I'm 20.
Well, the
so-
Paralympics London was 2012.
No, it wasn't the Paralympics.
Did you go to the Commonwealth Games 2014 Glasgow?
It wasn't Commonwealth. No,
No.
it was London Stadium, so it must have been. I could have sworn I was in high school. Oh well, either way, yeah, I saw the. Yeah, it was cool. But I like. I'm an old man. Sorry, guys, I can't help it.
Yeah, swimming's always a good,
yeah.
always good fun
I
to
saw
watch.
Ellie Simmons swim.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
okay. Cycling, I love the track cycling
Yeah,
in
I
the
back that.
in the velodrome is
Bit of
so
Bradley
exciting.
Wiggins
It's
and
insane, isn't it? How quick they go.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just when you look at the velodrome, it's so steep. It's crazy.
yeah, it's bonkers.
Like the speeds that they got to go at, and there was they can get some pretty nasty crashes.
I've got a
as well.
follow-up question for you. Which Olympic sport could you take part in and do the best in? I'm not
You'll
saying
have
like
to be running for me.
yeah,
Because I still play football and stuff, so my stamina's not dreadful. So I would say not sprint. I'm nowhere near as fast as I used to be.
Oh dear.
it's breaking breakdancing. by the
Yeah,
way.
breakdancing.
Go on, Chris, you top that, mate.
Oh, mate, I'm
You'd
smashing
be absolutely
that.
top of that. Oh, volleyball's a good one.
Yeah.
I love
Luge?
luge.
Luge
Is that the one where you go
Olympic.
down?
That's Winter Olympics, mate.
I'm just on the Olympics.com.
What about?
Oh, table tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the elite table tennis people are insane.
I mean,
I'd
true,
never win
true.
a point. I don't know. I feel like I could get good at shot put.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you got a shot putters build? How are they built?
Well, they're all big, aren't they?
Yeah.
But it's about strength, isn't it? And
Yeah.
most of them are quite tall, anyways. They're not small.
If I bulked up a bit and I put a bit more, and
Oh, yeah, you could be a shot putter. I'm
put
looking
some
at some
put
pictures
some
here.
serious weight in the arms, then maybe.
I'd get on the PEDs, you'd be smashing
You
it.
need a lot of power. Yeah, but I'd
At what
actually be
point-
drug tested at
At
the
what
Olympics.
point do we
Chris.
get the steroid Olympics? That's my question.
Well, I've actually got one of my losers about PEDs.
Go on, should we lead into some losers?
Yeah, shall we?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I've got as one of my losers, which goes into this idea of the enhanced games. Paul Pogba, as we all know.
Yeah.
Failed his PED test appeal. He's now banned from professional football, for 4 years.
Is that the end of his
That's the
career?
end of his career, isn't
Yeah.
it? He'll come out the other end at 34 years old.
And go straight to Saudi
And
Arabia.
go straight, yeah.
Yeah.
He's only had 8 appearances for Juventus from 2022 to 2024. He was a world record transfer in 2016 to Man United. It is a real shame to see a player with such talent at a young age go down this rabbit hole of performance enhancement drugs. Which leads into the other loser, talking about the Olympics and stuff, the talk of the enhanced games. Have you heard about that?
I haven't, but
I
I'm so
have,
intrigued.
You must have heard about it.
Yeah.
The enhanced games is this concept by all these basically really rich people who want to create a Olympic Games sort of competition, fully legalizing the use of PEDs.
Oh, but it would be
Like
so
a super.
fun.
This is the issue. A super athlete sort of competition, and even I can't remember his name, or I do have his name. I don't. The head of the athletes commission. The
If you pull this name out, I'm gonna
I
lose
don't
my
think I
head.
can put it out.
hang on. I think I've got
Say
it here.
old codger.
No. Hang on. Hold up a second. I've got it. Lord Coe
Okay.
has said that anyone who competes in the enhanced games, can compete in the Olympics, will see a lengthy ban.
Yeah, but I'm saying you just take you take the kind of like rubbish, but still like decent level athletes, and go. Do you know what? You're not getting in the Olympics team. Come on, we'll have some fun over it.
I think it's a dangerous game, because that's where you have the whole conversation about what sport for. Is it entertainment, or is it about watching the sport? The enhanced game is
I'm trying to see an 8-second 100-meter sprint.
I think it's dangerous.
Yeah,
But
from a moral perspective, it's
Yeah.
terrible.
But for me, the loser here is Paul Pogba, but also you could argue football, because Paul Pogba was at the time a prospect to be one of, if not,
Football's the biggest loser.
football's always the winner. No, yeah. So it is a shame. Even Allegri, obviously Juventus manager, came out and said it's very sad both on a human level and for football. We're losing an extraordinary player. He said personally he was lucky enough to work with him, coach him, and it's very difficult to find players like him. He's a fantastic guy.
Oh.
But I
Poor
mean,
Paul.
that basically hit Allegri's talks confirms if he's there when Pogba's back in 4 years, which is unlikely. But if he were, he's not playing again. Not
He's
in
done
Europe.
now, isn't he?
He's done. Yeah, the only place you see him is in Saudi Arabia
It's a
or
Saudi,
China,
China,
or Japan.
America. Yeah.
Do you reckon he could appeal it like Simona Halep did, though?
No, he lost the appeal.
Oh, he lost the
Yeah,
appeal.
the-
He's
Right.
appealed, lost the appeal, and got 4 years.
Can he
so
appeal
he's-
again? Or
I
He's
doubt
fucked,
it.
mate. he's
Yeah,
done.
I
Alright.
think he's done.
He's
clinging on
toast.
to
He's
some
toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always liked Paul Pogba as a player. I think
Horrible attitude, though. I think that was one of his
He-
issues.
his attitude in the latter part of his United career was poor Pogba.
I was going to make that joke, but
Yeah.
it was terrible, and I held it in.
Yeah, you let YJB take it
Yeah.
instead. There was a specific game when we lost 5-0 at home to Liverpool, where
remember.
he came on. I think he came on at half time, got substitute. No, he came on at half time, and then about 15 minutes in, he got a red card. Like, because
Respect,
he just couldn't hack it, which was appalling. The last couple of years.
Appalling.
Maybe he does need those PEDs.
Can we cut it here? just end it now. That was dreadful.
What an appalling joke.
Yeah, he's already made the joke,
No, but
James.
it's funny when you make it twice.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
Got you, bro.
I'm looking forward to
Teamwork.
Tom
Come on,
Anderson
fuck you.
coming on.
Mate, he'll just chat your ear off about Ollie Watkins for half an hour. Don't.
Oh shit! I forgot he's a Villa fan.
Fucking
yeah.
jarring, mate.
No, he's not allowed on.
Monday Sport, all he would say, Watkins has actually been the best Premier League player of the year. Fuck off. Shut up. Anyway,
He has
sorry.
been quite good though.
Yeah, no, I know. It's really annoying.
But I feel like United managers never utilised Pogba to the best of his abilities. He was never a holding midfielder. You couldn't play him as a lone six, and you wouldn't really have him in a pivot.
He's a 10, isn't he?
Yeah, like this. He was weirdly he was best under Solskjaer when he was put left wing. But even though that wasn't really his position,
I think Solskjaer was overhated though.
he was overhated.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably shouldn't have been sacked. To be honest, I would much rather Solskjaer now. I think he had something going for him. The Ronaldo. I mean, I could talk for England about the Ronaldo signing and how that ruined the Ole project, but yeah, if a subsection of the United fan base, probably a decent amount, want Ten Hag to stay, whereas I don't, but a lot of them do, and they say, why can't he have more time? Like, the most exciting manager we had in a while got derided for having no tactics. But it was actually the closest football we had to Ferguson since he left.
Yeah.
And then he was thrown under the bus, pretty much. But, you know, that ship has now sailed. He's doing the media rounds at the moment, Ole. He was on the Breakdown podcast, or the Overlap. Stick to Football, that's the one. Gary Neville's one recently.
That's tosser.
I like Gary Neville.
I like Neville.
Oh, I hate Gary Neville
Why'd you hate him?
because he hates Arsenal.
Yeah,
Some
fair.
of his takes have been awful. He's got better. When he first started Sky Sports, blimey, he was bad. Like, in terms of his bias. And I think the one thing which annoys me the most with Gary Neville is when Manchester United lose a game. Even I think he tried to do it with the Liverpool 7-0. Sorry to bring it up, but I'm going to. When Liverpool won 7-0, was it last season when Liverpool won 7-0?
What happened last season, sorry?
So Liverpool beat Manchester United 7-0.
How many?
Wait, what was the score?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So how many years has it been since Arsenal won the Prem?
No comment. No, but what he used to do is he
Yeah,
used
because United are smashing it. Right?
instead of praising
Serious title race for United.
Yeah.
All right, Wolverhampton
In-
1950s wondering.
How many points are we behind you in the league, by the way? You're Man United.
You're interrupting our guest, Chris.
Yeah, sorry.
Instead of praising the other team for beating United, he would just slander Man United. It was just bias. That's my reasoning against Gary Neville.
6
sorry.
points, just to answer your question.
Thanks, Alfie.
I
Love
would,
you.
if
That's nothing. Oh my god.
And while we're speaking about Man United, I feel like I might as well go with
Yeah.
my first loser, which is Man United,
Whey! Send that to your fucking friend.
who lost 3-1 to City. And I've got a stat that just kind of sums up the game
Oh yes,
perfectly.
tell it to me.
So Man City had more shots, 27, than Man United had possession, 26.2%.
United.
You lot honk, man.
Did I mention the stat earlier about the goals? I'm pretty sure I did. Do you want me to just?
Yeah, repeat it.
Shall I?
forgotten.
So
Okay.
my first loser of the
just
week.
so you're aware, Arsenal scored 31 Prem goals in 7 games in 2024.
Yeah.
Manchester United, you know that little team.
Or
Yeah.
you can give me
Yeah,
a
they've
stats
they've
and
scored
stats and stats.
37 goals
But
all
when
year.
you bottle the title again, like you did last season,
At least
you're
they're in
gonna
the
come.
at least they're in the
Well,
race.
we're
You're gonna
fighting
come
for it.
They're in the-
crying
yeah.
back to me.
When the fuck were you last competing for a title?
Does it matter if we don't win?
Yes.
Well, yeah, because you're not getting Champions League again, are you?
What? What the fuck does that even mean?
Sorry, I don't care if Arsenal are in a title race this season if they don't win it.
We're basically-
looking back like 10 years now at Man United's last title. We'll be looking back in 50
is
years
Gary
at
Neville.
Arsenal's last title race, and no one's going to give a shit then, like we don't give a shit now.
Okay, but to be fair, we were in a title race
Fucking
against probably
dossers.
the best team in the world, Manchester City. That's fair. On top of that, we're in a title race, but we're going to get Champions League football. You're not going to get Champions League football. What do you mean?
Do you even know what Champions League football is anymore?
He hasn't smelled it in 5
Yeah.
years.
5 years, we're
3
in it
years.
this season.
Yeah, but you
that
won't be
ended
next
well,
year.
didn't it?
And Wolves won't ever.
Listen.
Yeah, but they're not the biggest team in England.
Oh, United are the biggest
Yeah,
team
of course
in
they
England.
are. You can accept that.
Yeah, we can say that.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
And they might
And
be
Liverpool
the
are
shittest.
second and Arsenal are third. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Based on yeah.
Third.
Historically.
Yeah, historically, I'm talking about the existence since founding. Man United
As
are
a
the
club.
biggest team in England.
It goes Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea.
You fool.
That's what.
Sorry, before Abramovich,
Probably
Chelsea
you
were
flipped that, by the way.
nothing. Okay, they were nothing. 80s, 90s, nothing.
Okay, and they've won so much in the past 25 years.
Nah, this guy's a waffler, man.
All right.
Nah, he's got
Who's your
Newcastle.
loser? Let's move on
Yeah.
from this because we
My-
could do this for half an hour.
My loser will be Arsenal come the end of the season. But right now, it's Mohammed bin Salah.
Yep.
Yeah,
the,
nice.
the FIA boss.
Tosser.
He is a tosser.
Yeah.
That's one we can all agree on.
Nice.
Yeah.
When you're not calling me a tosser. He is
Give it 5
currently
minutes.
under huge pressure as he's being investigated for race tampering. At last year's Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, the allegation from a whistleblower in a report was that he made a direct intervention to overturn a 10-second time penalty given against Fernando Alonso during the race. And I'm quoting this from The Guardian. The removal of Alonso's penalty imposed for work done on his car while he was serving a previous 5-second sanction returned him to the podium behind the Red Bull duo of the race winner Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen in second after the deduction had dropped into fourth. That meant that George Russell missed out on the first podium of the season. It would have been for him. So the FIA are they say they are aware of these allegations and they will be doing their own investigation.
I haven't heard that before.
Internal investigation.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's also accused of trying to prevent the Las Vegas Grand Prix being certified. So the actual
Oh,
track.
Wow,
so
that's an interesting
the
one.
track itself, and I'm really unsure as to why, but it says on the sorry, this is there's another bit during the off season. He's been in a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It's Ben Salam. But yeah, he was preventing the Las Vegas GP being certified. It was certified because, that's kind of Liberty Media's flagship at the moment.
Yeah.
Is that they spent $500 million on it. They had, the Sphere was all lit up for
the Sphere.
For the
I do
Grand
quite
Prix.
like the Sphere,
They got past all the drain cover drama
That was awful.
That was
screwed
good
up
fun.
Carlos Sainz's car. But yeah, he was trying to prevent it getting certified in the first place. And one of the key allegations against him on that charge is that he wanted there basically to be an excuse not to certify it, even if the excuse didn't exist. So he would have made up something to prevent it
What
being
the
certified.
fuck?
But apparently it wasn't in the end. And I've got a couple more quotes here from the same. I think this is from either a BBC piece or the Guardian piece. On the same day as the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, Ben Salam posted on Instagram a photograph taken at the inauguration of the Bahrain track in 2004
Yeah.
of him sitting next to Prince Andrew.
Oh my
Oh
god. Oh my
my
god.
The post has since been deleted. During the off-season, the FIA launched a compliance inquiry into Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff and his wife Susie
that was
on the basis of claims in a magazine
that was
fucking
awful.
stupid.
of a
wasn't it?
conflict of interest. The inquiry was withdrawn after just 2 days following angry interventions from Mercedes, F1 and the other 9 teams
Yeah.
who all said they'd not made a complaint. Insiders say that he and all the FIA may yet face legal action over that
Ooh.
intervention.
Well, he's been chatting up Verstappen, basically trying to get him to back Horner publicly, hasn't he?
Yeah, so Verstappen's refused to publicly come out and say, I support Christian Horner during all these allegations, which
What about
We've-
Joss?
we've spoken about at length. I mean,
Yeah.
the entire. I mean, might as well get into it now. The entire state of F1 this week,
It's-
especially around Red Bull, is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw there were rumours linking Max Verstappen to Mercedes
seen
next
that.
year.
Would
Yeah.
be bloody brilliant.
Mm.
It would be that kind of centres around if this rift between Horner and the kind of Austrian side of the company, Helmut Marko and that lot. Verstappen is more aligned with Helmut Marko than he is with Christian Horner. If Marko were to leave, then Verstappen could quite easily leave with him and potentially take up the vacant Mercedes seat left by Lewis
I
Hamilton.
would love it. I
Well,
would
have-
absolutely love it.
Have you seen the tabloids claiming there's a picture of Joss and Christian Horner arguing as well at the Bahrain Grand Prix?
I
It's
mean,
pictures. I mean, that could easily be out of context and not correct, but it wouldn't surprise me.
I think you'd be right though, because Jos Verstappen, Max Verstappen's dad, came
Yeah.
out this week and basically said that Horner needs to go.
Well, yeah.
Pretty
so the
much.
sort of current state of affairs is that if Horner doesn't go, Verstappen will be looking to leave, right?
Yeah, Joss basically Joss
Yeah.
is talking for him. Yeah.
Which is sort of as it goes, really.
It
with us,
wouldn't be.
isn't it?
I mean, it probably wouldn't be the worst thing.
I
He
thi-
wins this season.
Yeah,
Let's
That's
be honest.
4.
That'll be at a canter. He goes to Mercedes. Maybe he doesn't win it next year, but he does a Lewis. Lewis jumped ship from McLaren to Mercedes 2013. Then
Just
the-
before regulation change.
Just before the
yeah.
regulation change. We got a regulation change in 2026. So if Mercedes can offer a fantastic package and say, look, we're going to take full advantage of these new regs and we can be the World Drivers' Championship car of your choosing, then he could be in there and we could have more Verstappen domination, just in a different car.
But then again, you've got to argue maybe Ferrari are cooking because Hamilton's going the year before their regulation changed, so maybe he knows something about Ferrari that we don't know as well.
Absolute scenes when Charles Leclerc leaves Ferrari to get Lewis and Max on the same team.
Oh my God, I would pay so much money to watch
how
that.
Brilliant!
Reload that. The
Yeah.
2021 season is still the best season I've ever watched
Yeah.
until Abu Dhabi.
I think that one, 2016 season, because that was an actual title fight between
Yeah.
Lewis and Rosberg.
Yeah, fair.
When Rosberg won it.
Nico Rosberg.
Nico Rosberg.
Twat. I did not like him.
Do you not like him?
No.
I quite like him. Whenever he
No.
pops up in his little dark room on Sky Sports,
Oh, he's
I'm
all
like,
right
"Do you know
now.
what?
He's all right now.
You're a
But
good lad."
then,
Yeah.
oh, he was.
Yeah, but he was the only one who, as a teammate to Lewis, took it to
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
And then retired as soon as he beat him.
Yeah, he
he
knew
could-
when to
Yeah.
stop because he was going to get cooked after.
Yeah. Which is probably a testament to Lewis Hamilton's driving capabilities.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's both exciting and such a farce at the same time, F1 at the moment. But yeah, we got the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Do we want to do a little preview for that?
Yeah, I was just going to do another loser while we're on the F1 topic. Alpine.
Yeah.
I'll read from my notes, actually. Serious honkage was the words I used. Yeah, so they were in qualifying. So me and Jimmy sat in Old Bar to watch qualifying. And I'd seen the testing results, and they were bottom in the final sort of, or practice results even. And they were bottom in the final practice session. And so I transferred them out of my grid rival team. And I brought in Haas instead. Like they looked slow in practice, and I thought, I'm going to take a gamble. I'm going to go with it. Qualifying, they were awful. 19th and 20th in their first laps, went out for second laps and couldn't improve. They were slower. I think they were one of the only teams to go slower. And not as a result of external, they were just crap. Yeah. And then we thought, okay, maybe it's just their single lap pace, maybe their race pace is better. They were 18th and 19th in the race and looked horrific. Yeah, rubbish race pace, rubbish single lap pace. And you sort of saw Haas kind of take the spot that they were in, really. Mm-hmm. So they've kind of flip-flopped. But they're in the aftermath of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Their technical leads, Harmon and De Beer, have departed the team following a period of disappointing results. There's been a reshuffle. Three new technical heads have been appointed. I think it's internal promotions, but yeah, they've got some serious work to do if they want to be competitive, because right now they suck. Mm-hmm. Like, they are far and away the worst team on the grid, at least through the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Oh, by far.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see how they go in Saudi and, for the rest of the season, but they look very slow. And in a team where you've already got the tensions between Gasly and Ocon, it's not going to help. So, again, that's another team that if they don't improve by the end of the season, they have two very talented drivers who will not be staying at that Alpine team if they can help it. So, yeah, more excitement, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And
what do you think? Do you think they'll even get 6th again this year? They had 120 points in the constructors last year.
That they're in, no.
No, at this moment they're looking like bottom runners.
I was going to say, unless these technical heads come in and do something drastic, how slow they were was shocking.
It was awful.
I was going to say, you could almost make a case that, if they were slow but still kind of in that midfield fight.
So it's early days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're getting used to it. This wasn't that. This was poor.
They've got to already be looking at how they can fix this in the second part of the season.
Yeah, I was going to say, this isn't a solution that's going to come overnight.
This is right. Let's see if we can save.
Salvage something.
Well, it's like McLaren last season.
Yeah,
isn't it?
but even McLaren last season weren't this slow. McLaren was slow, but they weren't.
They weren't slower than Haas.
This is bad. It was almost impressive how shit they were.
I mean, we've seen now a slew of resignations.
Yeah.
In light of that, I think who's just left is one of their key engineers who's been with them for about 20 years. He was their engineer when Renault, obviously Alpine, last won the World Championship under when Alonso was driving in 2005 and 2006.
Jesus.
Wow. I miss the old yellow Renault car.
Yeah.
That was a great
It was
car.
a nice car. It was good in the F1 game
Cyril.
as well.
Cyril Abitable.
Cyril, did Cyril ever get the tattoo of Danny Rick? Do we know for
I don't
winning?
know.
Was it winning the race, getting a podium?
It was for something.
I think it was for winning a race.
Yeah.
Did he run away to Renault? Was he a race winner with Renault?
Who?
Danny Rick.
Danny Rick.
He didn't win under.
Was it
Renault.
just podium?
He got podium. That was the tattoo. Back
Yeah,
then.
that's
Yeah,
what.
yeah,
it was,
that's-
yeah,
yeah.
that's what- yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy, man.
Sorry, I'm too busy reading about Bob Bell, this engineer, who has left his advisory role with the struggling Alpine team. He was their technical director when they last
shit.
won the world titles, and he's departed to join Aston Martin.
Ooh.
Interesting. Very
So,
interesting.
as in an advisory role,
Yeah.
but like, the guy obviously knows his shit.
Yeah.
I didn't realise Lawrence Stroll wasn't just the CEO of Aston Martin Racing Team, but the CEO of Aston Martin.
Yeah, yeah. He's
like
he's
his
the
net worth is like
big
18
boss.
billion or something.
He's next level.
It's
It's
big dog.
outrageous.
Yeah.
Big dog.
Big dog.
What the fuck? But yeah, no, Saudi Grand Prix
He's
this
so
weekend.
sorry.
Oh,
Back
yeah,
on
go on.
Lawrence Stroll. He's such like a mob boss. Isn't
Yeah,
he?
he's
Well, in the
he's-
Drive to Survive,
he's
he is,
quite
he is
scary.
portrayed as the villain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
with
like
the
that.
music and the shots and the darkness.
Yeah, he's quite scary. Like I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of him.
No, he'd probably get a hitman to kill you
Yeah.
or something.
I was gonna say he's gonna hear this, and all in good sport we'll all be dead in the morning.
I'm alright. I'm a guest. So.
Nah, he's got you.
Oh damn.
If he's gonna kill any one of us, who's he gonna go for first?
Ooh, Proddy.
Rainbow.
I'd kill off Proddy first.
Why would you kill a
I'd
Proddy?
kill
Nah,
the
he's on
United
probation
fan.
still.
You
Yeah,
kill
oh
the
yeah, no, we'd
United
kill you
fan,
actually.
man,
Yeah,
mate.
no, that's valid.
Game's the game.
Yeah, shit happens, man.
So I've just been reading like several different articles. Who's bigger, Arsenal or Chelsea? And I think I will revise my earlier statement, and I will say that Arsenal are a bigger team than Chelsea.
Come on.
Thank you very much. Clip it. Can you clip
Yeah,
that?
clip that,
Can you
Proddy.
that?
Clip
Yeah.
that.
And send that to me,
Yeah.
please. Thank
I
you.
think-
That's the new ringtone.
I think the argument in at least the past 30 years is valid because even before Abramovich, they won trophies in 6 out of the previous 7 seasons before
yeah,
he
but
joined.
before, when Arsenal were great in like the 70s.
Yeah, I mean Chelsea had like a heyday as well. I mean they'd won league titles beforehand, and they'd won European titles beforehand. Because obviously the only European title Arsenal have ever won, I think, is the Cup Winners' Cup.
European, yeah, it was in like 60 something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is like disgraceful, really. Like if you don't win the Champions League this season, what are you
Are
doing?
we doing this again?
No, but like on a purely European level, for a club as big as Arsenal to have not won a major
Yeah, it's
European.
that
fine. I
is
mean, we
mental.
were Barcelona robbed, so it's fine. 2000.
Is that the one where Jens Lehmann got sent off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
As a wise man might say, game's the game.
and we were 1-0 up in the final.
So that red card was when
Yeah,
so the player had gone like round him, he fouled him, and then instead of tapping open into the empty net,
died.
they got the red card and the penalty instead.
yeah. Both.
Right.
Which was great fun, for me. I mean, I don't really remember.
Sol
it
Campbell
properly,
scored
but-
in that game, didn't
Oh, I can't remember.
he? Yeah, I think because it was 2-1.
What's your earliest memory of watching football?
Manchester United 8, Arsenal 2, and I'm not joking. That is my first memory of football.
I almost said some rude words there. Is that actually?
Yeah, I'm not
I
joking
remember my first Arsenal inspiration, like in terms of, well, no, not inspiration, but the first player I remember wanting to play, because I'm a defender, was Thomas Vermaelen.
Okay.
Thomas Vermaelen.
Yeah, I know, little centre half. Number 5. Yeah, that's
Wow.
donkeys years ago.
Sorry, I modelled my game off of Per Mertesacker.
Mertesacker, blimey.
Did he have like the slowest card in FIFA for Yonk?
Mertesacker was like 42 pace or
Yeah,
something.
it's
It was
crazy.
disgusting.
I think my first Wolves memory, because I only got into football late. I didn't watch football until I want to say like year 6, year 7.
Really?
I didn't watch football in primary school.
Oh.
And then it was my mum's partner at the time was a Wolves fan, and I was we were at his, and he whacked on the football because he was a Wolves fan. He whacked on the football. Wolves had a corner. Alfie, can you search Ruben Neves Derby goal? This was the first thing I ever saw of Wolves playing. So so you'll see the full clip, but for anyone listening, there's a corner. Wolves have a corner. Ball gets swung in. It's nodded away. It falls to Ruben Neves at the edge of the box. And watch this. This is the first thing I ever saw as a Wolves fan.
It's a very trademark Ruben Neves.
Oh, yeah,
goal.
I've seen this. Yeah.
That's the first thing I
Whoa.
ever saw, and I went, "Do you know what? I'm in."
That's
You've got me.
2018.
Yeah,
What a
20,
volley.
2018 was when I started watching football.
What's that, what year were you in 2018? Because for me, I was in year 10, so you would have been in like year 8 or something.
Yeah, it must have been later
Oh
on.
my god.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't want to start watching football till year 8. then.
Wow.
So that's my first ever memory of watching football. So I watched that. I was like, I want to go to matches. First match I ever went to was Wolves versus Huddersfield at Molineux, where we lost 2-0. Aaron Moy scored twice.
At home to Huddersfield as well.
My first 3 Wolves games, I watched us lose to Huddersfield twice, and we lost at Arsenal. But yeah, and then I just sort of fell into football because I was like, you know what, this is all right.
What was your first Arsenal game, James?
I actually think the first ever Arsenal game I went to was probably the Emirates Cup when I was really young. I think it was like one of the first Emirates Cups, which, if you don't know, is the summer pre-season competition that Arsenal hold every year. Have done for quite a while now, I believe. But the first one I went to, I went with my dad in 2007. You know what? It might have been either 2007, 2008. I went. It was great fun. But I've been to obviously a lot of games since. But that's, I think, the first time. That's when I believe Galatasaray were in it. And I think Drogba was playing for them.
Cold.
Yeah. So I saw Drogba. That was pretty cool. I've been to quite a lot. I've sadly seen Arsenal lose to Tottenham in the semi-final or quarter-final, I believe, of the Carabao Cup quite a few years back now.
Ouch.
Which was painful. I've seen quite a lot of Arsenal games since.
I saw England lose to Hungary 4-0 at the Molineux. It's the first time England played at the Molineux in, I think, a long, long time.
That was during like COVID, wasn't it?
No, it was last year or the year before.
Was it?
Yeah, but we lost 4-0, and we were assuming Southgate was getting sacked in the morning, but that man still
And here
clings
he
on.
still is.
I was gonna say, that man
Yeah.
still clings on.
Probably going to pick Jordan Henderson.
June 22.
Was it 22? Yeah.
Yeah, John Stones got sent off in that one.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
he
first
didn't even
game you
bring
went
Conor
to.
Cody. That's the first England game I ever saw.
Okay. Oh no, I've managed. Luckily, been to quite a few. I think I've only ever been to friendlies at Wembley
Yeah.
and World Cup qualifier because obviously I'm from London, so it's
Yeah,
not far.
yeah.
Also, Wembley is right near where I lived as well.
Oh, quality.
So yeah.
First Manchester United game I saw was 2013. It was took the long trip up from back home with my dad because he was working in Manchester at the time.
Support your local, eh?
Hey, I support my dad's team, and he's been a United fan since the 70s when we were really shit. That's when
Fair.
we got relegated.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Proud to say Arsenal and Everton have never been relegated from top division.
Everton are making a run for it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Arsenal were making a run for it a couple of years back.
Oh, don't be silly. Because we were 15th after like 8 games or something.
You were bottom of the league after 3 with a
Because we'd
minus
lost
9
3.
goal difference.
Yeah, we were. That was.
That's
painful.
probably
that
like
time.
that was the pits.
That
wasn't it?
was that was. I was slowly falling out of love with football. I've actually been to a United
He
game.
has to go, blood. He has to go, blood.
I've been to Old Trafford.
Have you?
I saw Ronaldo. Yeah, a couple of years ago, Manchester United West Ham.
Okay.
You won 1-0 and you got him like in the 90th something minute. It was a rubbish game, but I saw Ronaldo.
I've never seen I've never seen a football game not at Molineux.
Was that the one where McTominay scored late on? Was that
I
a cup
believe
final?
so,
I think
yeah,
it was a
yeah.
cup game. Yeah, I think that was
Probably,
I
yeah.
think that was FA Cup. Yeah, the first game I saw, Man United versus West Brom. We won 2-0. Robin van Persie scored.
Cold.
Don't
in
mention
that
that
game.
name near
Cold.
me,
What
please.
a boy.
Thank you.
What a boy.
I love the fact with Robin van Persie is now he almost treats Arsenal like that was the secondary club, whereas to
be fair, he does.
He does.
That is valid.
He goes to United games. He's like a United ambassador. I
That
think
brother hates
I
Arsenal.
think he's worked with our academy and not
What
with
does
the
he
Arsenal
expect?
academy.
Why do you think Arsenal hate him? Because he left us to go to Man United.
To
Does he
win
think
a trophy?
Yeah, fair. But does he think after going to a rival like Manchester United, Arsenal fans would be like, oh yeah, that's fair enough. No, bugger off, mate.
What, do you treat him in the same vein as Ashley Cole?
Ashley Cole, that name.
A Chelsea something.
Yeah, we
I
I was
hate that
I was
man.
waiting for someone to say it to interrupt.
Yeah,
because, but we know.
Yeah,
We know. Alexis Sanchez, on the other hand, was someone who, on his way to United, regretted his decision. He literally was calling his agents and stuff. Apparently,
That was a destined to fail deal. Like, I mean, obviously he was like in fantastic form, but I never thought he'd fit in with a Mourinho team. Like,
no, yeah, it was a rogue one. It was definitely a rogue
especially
one.
when we had a performing left wing in Anthony Martial, and then he gets sat on the sidelines for God knows how long, because we bring in Sanchez who doesn't even perform. Yeah, but the Robin van Persie days at Manchester United, that was fantastic. My dad bumped into him once
Did he?
at a Stone Roses concert in Manchester. It was.
No way. That's
He was,
hilarious.
I think Van Persie and his wife were stood in front of him.
Who's the most famous person you've all met?
I tell you what, this is a
Oh,
couple of
I've won.
Have you?
Yeah, I've won.
Well, can I do my little
Yeah,
one
go on.
first?
Yeah,
I've
we'll
won,
all
though.
build up.
I have won. Sorry.
Okay, This was a
If yours is shit now, you are fucked.
No, mine's good.
for a long time. It was Man United's mascot Fred the Red,
Yeah.
who I have a picture with. And there was an FA Cup winner that I met who scored the winner for United. I think his name was like Lee something. But it was a couple of weeks ago on the train. I was going back up to Leeds because I had been home, and I was on the train to London. And I was about to leave, get off the train at Paddington, and I bump in. Well, a guy comes up to me, kind of taps me on the shoulder because I'm basically half asleep, and it's like time to get off the train. And he sees I've got this big suitcase with me, and it's like, "Oh, do you want a hand?" And I said, no, mate, I've got it. I saw him as he's walking off. It was none other than fucking Harry Hill.
No way.
That's
hilarious. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Of all the names I expected you to drop there, Harry Hill would not have been in the top 500.
It was insane, and I really didn't clock it at first. And I kind of got off the train, and I didn't like chase him down, but because he was with a group, and I didn't want to interrupt. But I kind of had to see his face, and so I got round, and I never quite saw his face, but it was him. Because I could hear him, and he looked exactly like him from side on.
That's mental.
That's well cool.
Yeah.
Alfie, any famous names?
Just the one.
Go on.
It was when I went on a tour at City's Stadium,
Yeah.
and as we was coming out of the kit room, Yaya Toure.
Cold.
Wrist-
Oh, that's
Cold.
well
Yeah.
cool. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
I can't remember what year it was, but it would have been the year we hosted the Cricket World Cup.
2019.
No, the one before that.
Oh, right.
I was little, so I don't like. It was pre-Olympics, so that early.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
What, Cricket World Cup?
Cricket World Cup. It was If you can find the year, probably that is your job, but Jimmy's doing it.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah. But no, Cricket World Cup. But we used to swim at a hotel in the city centre of Birmingham.
Yeah.
The Marriott Hotel, and as it turns out, the Indian cricket team was staying there. And on the way to leave the flat to go swimming, we'd sort of found out that the Indian team was staying there. And my dad went, "Oh, wouldn't it be funny if we met them?" And we're walking down the stairs to go swimming. Oh no, actually no, we turned up, and this car pulls up, and out of the car, and I'll drop some names that like might.
Wait, are we
fly
talking
over.
2009?
2009.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you were like toddler.
yeah, but I remember this
Okay.
because we met.
Not
So
toddler,
Gautam Gambhir, who was like a great Indian batsman.
You were like 5.
VVS Lakshman, we met, and then so we met them and we were like, "Oh, this is sick." I got pictures with them. Then I walked down the stairs. Bottom of the stairs is Sehwag. We get in the lift. Oh no, we're this was on the way out. We were getting into the lift, and this little bloke walks in front of us. And I'm thinking, who the fuck? Like, what's going on? And Sachin Tendulkar.
No.
Sachin Tendulkar was in. Hang on, you know what? Let me find
Like Mr. 1 in a billion himself.
Sachin Tendulkar. Well, I met Sachin Tendulkar. There's a picture with me, my dad, and my brother, and Sachin Tendulkar. The next day we came back, obviously buzzing. I'm in the pool with Ishant Sharma and Suresh Raina. And there's pictures of me in the pool on Ishant Sharma's shoulders. So I swam with Ishant Sharma, and I met Sachin Tendulkar in the space of 2 days.
That is pretty cool.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
massive.
Yeah,
Should I go?
yeah. Can you beat Sachin Tendulkar?
Yeah, I can.
Oh my god, surely
Tendulkar's a
not.
big name.
So my primary school in Harrow, which is a northwest London borough of London.
Yep.
One, I think either in London or at least Middlesex, like an area in northwest, like some sort of sports competition for being the best primary school at sports, and none other than David Beckham
Oh my god,
came to our school
that's pretty cold actually.
and played some sports with some kids. So I met David Beckham.
That's pretty cold.
Did you play
So
sports
no.
with him?
So the issue was our parents had to sign declaration forms for cameras. My mum said no before any of us knowing it was David Beckham. We just knew that there were going to be cameras at the school. We didn't know it was going to be David Beckham. My mum said no, so I wasn't allowed to be filmed. So I couldn't play any of the sports with him. But I did sit in the hall when he came in, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's David Beckham."
Do you hold that against your mum now?
Yes. I said, "There's one time in my life you've let me down, Mum, and it's you stopping me from properly meeting David."
Yeah, that's
Beckham."
rough.
But I was in the hall and I saw him, and he came in and said,
That's
yeah.
cold though.
And also, bear in mind, this has got to be. I was in year 4, year 5, so we're talking like
What's that,
2011, 2012, Very funny. Like, I'm talking about like 2011, 2012. So the guy was, I don't think he retired by
Is
then,
this
had
like LA Galaxy or
Yeah.
like sort of era?
This will be, like his latter end of career when he's in America. But yeah, David Beckham.
That's me and my brother and Sachin Tendulkar.
That is.
Can you show it? Can the camera see it?
The camera probably can't see that, but I'll put it on the Instagram.
You're not filming up this on your phone. You're doing it on a webcam.
And yeah, that's me sort of looking like I'm drowning in the pool next to Suresh Raina.
Oh yeah, you can just about make him out. Yeah.
But yeah, no, pretty cold.
Wow.
And yeah, there's me and VVS Luxman. Cheers, Jim. Which is pretty cold.
My dad met Chris Eubank in London once.
Ooh.
Senior.
My mate met Stephen Gerrard in a service station.
That's so random in the service
I
station.
remember he came.
Yeah,
into
Slav,
school.
what are you saying?
Yeah.
A quite stupendous confectionery.
Have we got any more losers? Because it's been quite a long one. So I'm just wondering.
I think we're probably going to be
We're
wrapping up.
looking at wrapping up. I'm just wondering if anyone's got any losers or anything to.
Well, you mentioned Harry Kane as a winner. I've got Thomas Tuchel as a loser.
yeah, I think he has to be
Because
doesn't
obviously they're basically confirmed that they're getting rid of him. They're just looking for a replacement.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich now 10 points behind Leverkusen. Who look like they're going to win. Please, Granit Xhaka, win it so that Harry Kane doesn't win a trophy. It's pretty bad. Like, it's pretty hard for like someone in that position, knowing you're going to get sacked while equally still trying to do well. Obviously, Bayern Munich went through yesterday, but if they hadn't have gone through, they would have confirmed they'd just get him straight away. Get rid of him straight away, sorry. So loser Tuchel, he hasn't had the best time at Bayern Munich, really, has he? And obviously got rid of Chelsea, got rid of at Chelsea when he's been Chelsea's best manager under the new ownership anyway. So
It'll be. I think this
Harsh.
summer's going to be a really interesting one in terms of manager movement and transfers. I think it's like obviously we have like silly season as it's known with the Formula One, but I think it's going to be an interest. Like manager swaps this summer are going to be immense.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see some. I hope.
He's dying though.
I hope we see some.
Kill it, Krish.
Yeah.
Oh.
I hope we see some surprising moves.
Chelsea want Jose Mourinho again.
Oh,
3 times. Yeah, take him. He'll
Yeah.
do awful. It will be bad.
bring him back though.
Yeah,
Entertainment
the
value.
chosen one.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
always good fun.
Do you think Alonso will go to Bayern Munich?
I
Hope
think
not.
he's more likely to go to Bayern than Liverpool.
Yeah, I don't think he'll go to Liverpool. I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen.
I don't know who will go to Liverpool though. There's
Jose? No. Jose at Liverpool could slap.
Oh wow!
Mate,
Like a big shout.
Liverpool fans would absolutely riot if that happens. They'll want
They do hate Jose.
a young and hungry manager.
Who is there other than Alonso? Who is there?
Roberto De Zerbi.
Gary O'Neill.
Zidane is still floating about, isn't he? Zidane?
Yeah.
Not maybe Liverpool,
I thought
but
you
he's
said Dan. Like,
Dan. You know
Yeah.
my boy Dan. Yeah.
Dan.
No, yeah,
He's
Zidane.
had a good football manager say. You reckon he's ready for it?
If Leverkusen do win it, will Alonso stay?
No, I don't think there's anything.
If
that'll make him
Leverkusen
stay.
lose it, I think Alonso goes to Bayern Munich 100%.
Yeah, I hear.
If they win
if
it,
they win it, then
could
the
he go
Liverpool
to
job.
Liverpool?
Yeah,
I think it
if
actually
they win
does
it, the
depend.
Liverpool job
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
We love you, Granit Xhaka.
I think with that, we'll.
Got what's left of the tennis.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
beep 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 beep. Here we go.
So there's Ugo Humbert, who has got
You
a
go, but
six.
No,
six-
you've just butchered that, mate.
I butcher
go
everyone.
on, go on, give it a proper one.
Hugo Humbert.
Like that.
Basically the same. 6-0 record
You go,
in
but-
ATP finals. He beat Bublik in the final.
Fucking bastard.
6-4. 6-4, 6-3, and he's moved up to a career high of 14th in the world.
Cold.
Then there's Murray's retirement. He said after going out in the second round, I can't remember which tournament it was.
It's time to go. innit?
He lost to Hugo Humbert
Yes.
in Dubai.
He said
Hugo Humbert.
it's
Yeah.
likely that he won't play past the summer,
Yeah.
but he wants to play in one more Olympic Games.
Sound.
And
Get
then
battered. Go home.
Andy Murray.
You like him then, yeah?
No, I don't. I like Andy Murray. I just think he honks.
He's been crap since
Yeah.
his injury, hasn't he? Let's be real.
And then there was a whole thing with Rublev.
Even I saw this.
With Rublev, who was defaulted by the chair umpire after a Russian-speaking official said he had used an obscenity.
Do we know what he's supposed to have said?
All I know is I think he swore, and then there was something else.
I
to it.
don't really.
Oh no, did he say as well?
I don't think it mattered what he said. It was like the fact that he got up in the
Yeah.
official's face and was like screaming at them. Like,
Was
it's
the
not.
official wrong? Not that it justifies it. Were they
well,
wrong?
He denied the accusation and he appealed it, and it was successfully appealed. And he's retained his ranking points and the prize money that he's earned from it, but he'll have to pay a fine of 36,400 euros for a code violation.
That's a
So
horrible.
what was his
fine.
prize money?
I don't know.
It won't
but
be
it'll be-
masses and masses, though,
No.
will it?
Probably
Yeah.
won't be 36,000 from that one.
That's
No.
rough.
Yeah, that's a big old fine.
Who was he playing in that match?
Bublik.
Come on. Bublik mentioned. I'm a happy man.
I
Shout out
mentioned
to Bub-
twice as well.
Yeah, shout out to Bublik.
Yeah.
And on that bombshell, I think it's time for AIGS to wrap it up. for another
Bublik,
week.
actually, I reckon that's what Joe Rainbow's up to at the minute. But anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Yeah, no, so this has been episode 12. James, thank you for joining us.
Thank
It's
you
been a
for
pleasure to
having
have
me.
you.
Thank you for having me. I've had a great time.
Yeah, so I think hopefully we'll get you back on for a second appearance
Love
before,
to, yeah.
before the year ends.
Yeah, before I
Yeah.
leave.
And yeah, no, so next week I think we've got
Alice too.
we've got Alice, yeah. But-
Netball talk next week then.
yeah, we
do your
actually have to
netball
watch
research,
netball.
yeah, because she's top on that. She knows
Yeah.
everything about that.
They actually play. I know that Leeds Rhinos play Strathclyde Sirens this weekend.
Yeah, I know. I
Wow.
spoke about that on my Monday
Yeah.
sport show. Yeah.
But yeah, no, so we've got that coming up. Soccer Saturday this Saturday. We have
Yeah, tune in on Leeds Student Radio. The link, well, you can.
the link's in our bio.
Link is in our bio. It's on the Leeds Student Radio Instagram.
This
It's
is
on the-
lsr.com/listen.
Nice.
Well
So
done.
smooth.
Well
Plug.
memorised. Please subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah,
this
that'd be
will
nice.
this will be up probably tomorrow morning,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
and then
yeah.
listen on Spotify, of course. If there's anything interesting that Proddy has noted down, because we did tell him to
Yeah,
start
no,
making
Oh,
some clips.
I've got it.
Oh,
Don't you
good,
worry.
Good. Good.
worry.
Yeah. Other than that,
He's
Friday
cooking
Sport will be on.
All
we'll be
in
doing
next
that.
week.
All in next week. Is it my week? Because Rainbow's
Well, yeah, it'll
retired.
have to be your
yeah.
week, yeah.
So we're doing musicals, boys.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah.
Nice one.
We're doing musicals next week. So tune in for that on Tuesday.
I will.
Yeah, like the TikToks that hopefully I will put out.
I've liked the TikToks and I follow the TikTok.
I
as
love
well.
a Jimmy Blackburn TikTok always does well.
Yeah.
The tribal
the
chief
voice
one,
notes when United
oh,
lost
that
class.
was so. But the tribal chief one I think is our best performing
Is it?
TikTok. Yeah, yeah.
Is it really? I haven't
Yeah.
seen that.
But no, anyway, it's been a pleasure. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do all that.
Follow All in Good Sport on Twitter as well. I
Yeah,
am the
Jimmy's been doing a post a week.
admin Jimmy.
Yeah. But no, it's been a pleasure, and we will catch you next week. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Signing